Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
Time to take the gloves off. Time to take the gloves off. Time to take the gloves off.
Greetings.
Time to take the gloves off. Yeah. Time to take the gloves off. Time to take the gloves off.
Jesus Christ.
Time to take the gloves off. Time to take the gloves off.
Greetings.
It's time to step up. You playing too soft. I'm in the ring. The gloves is off. I'm bringing the heat.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm running it up all the way to the top. The gloves is off. No holding back. I'm on the attack. I'm blowing these racks. I'm all in my zone. I'm all in the groove. I keep me some checks like the ones on my shoes. I am the chair. I am the God. I am the one that you cannot ignore. The gloves is off. Let's settle the score. No mercy. I'm here. You know that it's on. Give me the crown. I'm taking the throne.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
Stacking this paper. Stacking this paper.
Gloves are on. Let's go.
I put in the work, sweat in the tears, facing my fears. All of these years, forced to be reckoned with victory mine. Facing my demons, it's my time to shine. Step in the ring is like rolling the dice. The gloves is off, I cannot be nice. All in the spotlight, basking the glory. Victory's mine.
Let's go. Time to take the gloves off, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning.
Tom takes the gloves off. Yeah. Tom takes the gloves off.
Hey.
I'm bringing the fire, they calling me Zeus. I cannot be stopped, I'm bringing the truth. You wanted the source, well I'm the plug.
Hey.
I'm laying it down like it was a rug. They call me a beast, they call me a villain. Making a play, willing and dealing. Spitting this fire, watch me explode. I'm in the trap, I got to come.
Hey.
I'm all on the scene, they say I'm obscene. Stacking this paper, chasing my dreams. No time to be fake, when you heavyweight I'm shaking the ground and I'm making it quick. Dog off the leash and I cannot be tamed. Beating my chest while I'm screaming my name. I'm the voice of the streets, I'm the voice of the pain. This is my life, this ain't no game. Yeah, the gloves is off.
Gloves are off, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning.
The gloves is off, we call it a wrap. Time to take the gloves off.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. All right, it is show time. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. You know exactly what we came here to do. Happy Friday. The gloves are officially off. We've made it another day, right, ladies and gentlemen? Symphony for the people, good morning. How are you doing? Hi, how are you doing? Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying.
You know exactly what we came to do.
Every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it.
Wow.
This is how it's supposed to happen when you reach your face.
Blue Wave,
The
yes.
algorithm turned to a maniac.
Yeah.
I going viral cause my Zodiac. I
got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. Good morning, Idaho gal. Mount Negro, my man. They don't give me pies if they text me.
I say it with my chest cause I'm messy. Got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited.
Uh-oh.
Call me the master with a new.
You got a problem with the fundraisers?
Oh,
here they go. It's the hate.
Shit was radical.
Oh, I would appreciate it if you would
was
keep it clean.
horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Wow.
It's like deja vu.
I'd appreciate it if you kept it clean, at least. Jesus Christ. Right, happy Friday.
It's like deja vu.
Yeah.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, DJ, go ahead and kill the music.
Deja vu when I'm out here flying.
Go ahead and kill the music. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the Thunderdome. I am your host. I am your pilot, and you know what we are here to do. But before we get started, first of all, happy Friday, right? Another successful week for the Democrats. Another successful week for the Democrats and a nasty week for MAGA, right? For those of you who do not know who I am, let me just go ahead and, get straight to it. I go by the name of Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H stands for honest. I am the most honest person on social media, all right? I promise to tell you nothing but the truth. So help me God, even if it sometimes strains the relationship, I get it. I still will strive to tell you nothing but the truth. All right, the second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I'm humble. There's nobody more humble than me. Listen, if I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize. I'm serious about that. But it just turns out I haven't been wrong lately. So I don't owe you an apology. But if I did, trust me, I'd be the first one to apologize. All right. And then the last and final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain the most handsome. You're right. Now listen, many of you are very familiar with what we do over here on this side of town, on this side of TikTok. Listen, what we do over here is very special, all right? We hold our friends on the right, especially their leader. Listen up, Michael Lee. Michael Lee, please. I haven't even gotten started with the show. Michael, can you please try to control that MAGA demon, at least for like 5 minutes, can you? All right? What we do over here is we hold our friends on the right, especially their leader, Donald J. Trump, accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes, right? And believe you me, there's a lot of dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds going on the right, especially crimes, all right? And so with that being said, I got some bad news for you, MAGA. If you are, as my good friend, Brother Swervin likes to say, lactose intolerant, that's sort of like being lactose intolerant, right? You're allergic to dairy. Well, it turns out the truth makes you feel like you're scary, right? If you are one of those individuals, now is a good time for you to leave this live and go on about your miserable morning. I'm serious, all right? Because what we're about to do is going to make you very, very uncomfortable. It's going to make you challenge who you are to the core. I thought I was going to be going to heaven. Good morning, Miss Boss Diva. I thought I was going to heaven, but after I listened to Zeus, I'm not too sure. Yeah. You thought you were hungry, but then after you listened to Zeus, you're not so hungry. You thought you were happy, but then after you listen to Zeus, you're not so happy. Right? Because that's what I'm doing. I'm cooking up this special truth for your special behinds. All right? So do me a favor, Michael. Sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. All right? But get this. I know you don't believe a word that I've said, especially because you know where I stand. I say vote blue. I'm a Democrat. You think that I'm lying to you. So guess what? You don't got to take my word for it. How about this? Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Right? If you're not happy, you can leave. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, all right? We're about to take off, all right? All right, so what I want to start the show off talking about, ladies and gentlemen, has to do with some of Donald Trump's recent behavior. And this message is specially cooked up for those who refer to themselves as Christians out there, all right? And, I wasn't going to poke the bear, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't going to poke the bear, but I'm in the mood of poking the bear. Hold on. Let me make sure I poke the bear, all right, ladies and gentlemen? Hold on. I want to make sure Zeus pokes the bear. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah.
Hold on. You poke the bear, you're gonna get the bear.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, gloves are off and the bear poking is about to begin. Trump once again goes after the daughter of the judge overseeing the hush money trial. All right. Former President Donald Trump took to his disgusting social media platform for another time, and he did it 2 days in a row to attack the daughter of the judge overseeing his upcoming criminal trial in the New York case. This involves the hush money payments being made to Stormy Daniels. The catch and kill little scheme he had going on. In a Truth Social post on Thursday, he wrote that acting New York Supreme Court Justice Juan Merchan's daughter is a, quote, rabid Trump hater. He also called for the judge to recuse himself from the April 15th criminal trial on a case related to hush money payments he made right ahead of the 2016 election. Now, I want to put a pin in that, ladies and gentlemen. And the reason we're going to have to put a pin in this is because this is another situation in which we have witnessed the former president of the United States, who's now a defendant on several fronts, attacking another woman, right? So to you Russian bears, to you so-called Christians, this message is for you. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Americans out there, my real Democrats, my real independents, and my real Republicans, this is serious. Once again, I have to sit here before all of you with a heavy heart, and I am compelled to address a matter that strikes at the very core of our values: the reprehensible behavior of a former President Donald Trump. His recent attacks on Judge Juan Merchan's daughter, Lauren, are not only indefensible, but also indicative of a larger pattern of misogyny and disregard for the dignity of women. Let us be clear. Donald Trump's actions are an affront to justice, decency, and the principles upon which our legal system stands. When a man who once held the highest office in our land stoops to such lows, it is our duty to call him out and demand accountability. Judge Juan Merchan is a respectful jurist, and he is the one presiding over Trump's Manhattan case involving the alleged hush money payments to adult film star actress Stormy Daniels during his 2016 presidential campaign. Instead of respecting the legal process, Trump has chosen to attack Judge Merchan's family, particularly his daughter, Lauren. What kind of leader targets a judge's child? Seriously, what kind of leader does that? What kind of man resorts to character assassination when faced with legal scrutiny? The answer is clear: one who lacks integrity, empathy, and respect for the rule of law. One who is not a Christian, despite the fact that they are selling Christian Bibles for $60. Listen, Lauren Merchan, a professional in her own right, has been dragged into this sordid affair. Her political beliefs and affiliations should not be fodder for public ridicule. Yet, Donald Trump has shamelessly labeled her a rabid Trump hater and accused her of conspiring against him. This is not only baseless, but also deeply troubling. Let us not forget that this is not an isolated incident. Throughout his tenure, Trump has consistently demeaned and disrespected women. From his derogatory comments about female journalists to his infamous grab them by the doozy remark. He has perpetuated a toxic culture that undermines the progress we have made towards gender equity and equality. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Americans, all right? We cannot remain silent. We must continue to condemn Donald Trump's behavior in the strongest terms. Our daughters, our sisters, our mothers, our aunts, our grandmothers, all deserve better. They deserve a leader who uplifts, empowers, and protects them, not one who day in and day out tries to tear them down. So let's close out by saying this, all right? Let's continue to reaffirm our commitment to justice, fairness, and compassion, all right? Let us also stand united against misogyny, bigotry, and the erosions of our democratic institutions, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and let us continue to send a resounding message to Donald Trump and his legion of MAGA demons, which is this: no one, not even the former president, is above the law or accountability. All right? And so, ladies and gentlemen, listen up. With that being said, I need every single one of you, my real Americans, all right, my real humanitarians out there. Please join me bright and early on a Friday morning in giving Donald Trump and his misogynist, bigotrous, nasty behind what he deserves, him and his legion of MAGA demons. Join me in giving them our first honorable round of boos and shame.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
Hold on, you poke the bear, you poke the bear, you're gonna get the bear.
Yeah. I would love to hear what the Russian bears have to say about Donald Trump's misogynistic behavior towards women. This is why we do this show, ladies and gentlemen, because listen, to all you women out there who continue to support and endorse Donald Trump, I got some bad news for you. All you're doing is laying the foundation to allow the man you're with that has that MAGA demon, you're basically giving him permission to do the exact same thing to you. All right. And so there's not going to be this big outcry for help when you're in duress. All right. Because we're going to sit here. We're going to go, listen, were you not listening to what we were saying about this guy, him and his legion of MAGA demon men out there? All right. So listen, let's continue, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't got that much time this bright and early this morning. All right. Thank you, Jess. All right. Next, now, I want to talk about Donald Trump's visit to New York yesterday. You know what was happening with both Trump and Biden, but this is something that is worth noting, all right? Donald Trump is facing criticism after attending the wake of slain NYPD officer Jonathan Diller, even as he's pushing for the pardoning of January 6 rioters who battled with United States Capitol and Washington, D.C. police officers just over 3 years ago. All right? So here's the backstory. Mr. Diller lost his life while he was doing a traffic stop this week. On Monday, he approached a car that was illegally parked with a fellow officer. The suspect in the car, Lindy Jones and Guy Rivera, refused to roll down their windows or to move the car. They also didn't show their hands when asked to, and Mr. Rivera allegedly then unalived Mr. Diller, who lost his life at the after being taken to the hospital. This is a very, very tragic story. All right. At the age of 42, Aquino Gonell, I mean, you know who this guy is, right? Had to retire from his career as a police officer because of the injustices he sustained on January 6, 2021 during the insurrection. In a statement to The Independent yesterday, Mr. Gonell said, Mr. Trump, quote, as the opportunistic grifter that he is, he claims to support the police, law and order, the rule of law, yet he has not met with any officers from the Capitol who were injured and assaulted or the ones that lost their lives because of his actions and his inaction in his attempt to cling to power and the mob that he incited and wanted to lead. On Thursday, when speaking to the press after attending Mr. Diller's wake, Mr. Trump said, quote, what had happened is such a sad event, even a horrible thing, and happening all too often, and we're just not going to let it happen. We just can't. This is what Mr. Trump says. Mr. Gonell went on to tell reporters that, quote, this is the same person who calls rioters patriots, political prisoners, and hostages instead of calling them what they are, convicted criminals. Imagine Trump calling the criminal who unalived this officer in New York City a hostage or anything but a criminal. That's what he is doing to the January 6 criminals who beat officers and breached the United States Capitol, he added. Quote, the unaliving of the officer in New York City is tragic and reminds us all of the sacrifices and commitments the men and women in uniform make every day, regardless of political affiliation or religion. All right. And to the people that they protect and serve. I hope The full extent of the law is applied to bring these officers, killers, to justice. Rest in peace, and may his memory be a blessing, Mr. Gunnell continued. All right? But listen, it went on to say that, hold on, I want to make sure we could play this clip. But you know what? We don't got much time. All right? On Thursday, Mr. Trump said police are the greatest people and that this should never happen. We have to stop it. We have to get back to law and order. What we have to do is a lot of different things because it's not working. This is happening all too often. And then, the hypocrisy is this, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody exploits unaliving like Donald Trump. All right? And this is the same guy that is trying to pardon those who beat up police officers on January 6th, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do? Because we caught Donald Trump once again lying his behind off, being a hypocrite, being everything but a Christian. He doesn't care about police officers. He might do something like this to make you believe he does, but Donald Trump doesn't care about law enforcement, and he doesn't care about our troops. Donald Trump only cares about himself. So you know what we're going to do? Join me in giving Donald Trump what he deserves. All right? Another round of booze and shame. Because only his supporters, the ones that are possessed with the MAGA demon, actually believe he cares about law enforcement. All right. And we all know he does it, and he knows that he doesn't. All right. But yet and still, they're going to continue to try to promote the narrative that he cares and Biden doesn't. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Donald Trump what he deserves. Another round of booze and shame. You're such a liar.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
Just disgusting, evil, and corrupt. Anybody that votes for Donald Trump, you're just as guilty as he is, all right? And I do mean that. And by the way, listen, if you're coming into my live and you don't like the way that I'm running my show, right? You don't like the content, Zeus. You're hitting MAGA too hard over the head with the truth. Well, you must not have heard me at the top of the show, all right? Like I said,
if you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And I stand on that, right? If you want to make America great again, I firmly believe it starts with deporting MAGA. All right. I personally wish all of those who participated in that insurrection, I personally wish they would just automatically get deported. No need to even have a trial. We saw you on tape. You can release as many thousands of hours of footage as you want to. I already got you on film. And once we got you on film, breaching the Capitol, placing a dagger at the throat of our democracy, get them out of here. Send them over there to Russia. All right. Now let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right, this is an update. Obama to protesters interrupting. And this is what he says. Can't just talk and not listen. Former President Barack Obama and Bill Clinton arrived at Radio City Music Hall on Thursday night to garner support and funds for President Joe Biden's re-election campaign. The New York event drummed up more than $25 million. We talked about that yesterday, right? While moderator Stephen Colbert gathered with the trio in an armchair conversation, dubbing them champion talkers, the occasion was frequently interrupted by protesters inside of the auditorium. Throughout different moments of the event, attendees would shout over the discussion, referencing Biden's support of Israel and Hamas war that has unalived over 30,000 Palestinians in Gaza, right? Which is very, very tragic. When discussing the realities of the presidency, Obama said that, quote, the world has a lot of joy and beauty, but it also has a lot of tragedy and cruelty. The former president then addressed Biden's handling of the war in Gaza. Quote, it is also possible for us to say we unequivocally support the people of Israel and their ability to live and raise families and so forth, which is what Joe's position has been. It is also possible for us to have our hearts broken watching innocent people being unalived and trying to manage through that in a way that ultimately leads to both people being able to live in peace side by side. So that is not an easy task. At this point, Obama was interrupted by a protester inside the theater. Speaking to the protester, Obama said, quote, "You can't just talk and not listen. That's what the other side does," he added. Quote, "It is possible for us to understand that it is possible to have moral clarity and have deeply held belief, but still recognize that the world is complicated and it is hard to solve these problems." He went on to say, "The reason I think Biden was one of the best vice presidents we've ever had, and the reason why I think he has been an outstanding president, is because he has moral conviction and clarity. But he's also willing to acknowledge that the world is complicated and that he's willing to listen to all sides in this debate and every other debate and try to see if we can find common ground. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the kind of president that I want." Right? So, number one, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Barack Obama and President Biden a round of applause. And the reason that I felt it was important to bring this up is because, when I talk to MAGA, all right, and they get to crying on TikTok about what Joe Biden is doing, the one thing MAGA also has to admit is right here in this country, this very country of the United States, Joe Biden can't even get everything he wants to have done. And he's the president of this country. So, MAGA, if he can't do everything he wants to do in the country he's the president of, what makes you think he can do something in a place, in a country that he has no real control over? Maybe he has the ability to influence it, but he has no control. Where are you getting that? You know what I call that? That's a fallacy of inverse reasoning, right? And this is what MAGA suffers from. And so on that, ladies and gentlemen, I need you all to join me once again in giving Donald Trump and his legion of MAGA demons what they deserve, because they don't understand how government works. They're in a cult. They can't even tell Trump the truth. They can't. They're out here thriving with Biden and they're crying at the same time. These folks, ladies and gentlemen, they are the example of what being a hypocrite truly is. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving Donald Trump and his supporters what they deserve. Another round of boos and shame. You don't know how it works. Listen, these folks complain about sending aid to Ukraine as if the aid we are sending to Ukraine, once upon a time, years ago in the United States of America, we lived in a land where the United States government was issuing reparations to all the people they've taken advantage of. And then all of a sudden, the United States stopped giving us aid and sent it to Ukraine. They act like that's how it was here in the United States. And this is why I have to do this job every morning and help MAGA understand. You need to get out of that cult. Stop drinking that orange stuff. All right, I know what it is. I know what's in there. It ain't just Kool-Aid. It ain't just Kool-Aid. All right, and get a grip on reality, you MAGA demons. All right, I know you're getting triggered out there, but you should be getting triggered because look at this. It's embarrassing. I firmly believe, ladies and gentlemen, that all MAGA, all Trump supporters that come into our spaces on TikTok, I wish TikTok would let me mandatorily charge them, right? We should be able to force them to subscribe to our platforms and force them to send I would call it the equivalent of paying tuition, because we're out here giving them free education, aren't we? In order to try to save this country, because these are some folks right here, MAGA, as far as I'm concerned, these are folks that we have to save them from themselves, right? Because they don't even know how to control themselves at this point. They're out of control, right? I'm done with you. All right. Now let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. I don't got much time to keep going over these topics. This is a new thing I want to make sure we address. Trump spokesperson proudly wears a T-shirt with loud blonde neo-Nazi message, nipping at the heels of Marjorie Taylor Greene's racist Obama comments posted in comments. Donald Trump's national spokesman, Corinne Levitt, wearing a T-shirt with a white nationalist message, quote, "Make America blonde again." Can you see this, ladies and gentlemen? Look at this. Make America blonde again. Yes, blonde, as in white, as in Schmittler's dog Blondie. Wow. This is the same 25-year-old MAGA cult member who ran for New Hampshire's congressional seat in 2022. A campaign in which she used xenophobic language in an ad referring to desperate Haitians seeking asylum as illegals trying to invade. Fortunately, she lost that race. But Levitt, who started off as a communications director for Elise Stefanik, the far-right lawmaker known for echoing white supremacist replacement theory, is now a Trump mouthpiece. And like Trump, she has already tossed the dog whistle. She already tossed the dog whistle in, sporting the Nazi-like rhetoric that is loud and clear. Ladies and gentlemen, look at her wearing this "Make America Blonde Again." So once again, I'm poking the bear. You know, this is poking the bear.
You poke the bear, you're gonna get the bear.
Exactly. So once again, we've got another example of MAGA showing how racist they really are. And this is why we do what we do every day. This is why we say if you vote for Donald Trump, you're a racist. And if you are one of those folks that have a little complexion to you and you're still doing it, you can also be racist, but you're also a modern day slave, right? Ladies and gentlemen, join me once again in giving Donald Trump and his supporters what they deserve for being racist, right? Another round of booze and shame. Gotcha. All right.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move it along. Should we talk about this? A judge finally found out fraudulent votes, and guess what? They're all Republican. Should we talk about this? Because you know, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about this, you know what it reminds me of?
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose.
Oh, what is that, sir?
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose.
Yeah. I know it, and MAGA knows it. And once again, we got another example. A Republican official has voted illegally an astonishing number of times. A prominent Georgia state Republican who has repeatedly claimed that the 2020 election was stolen was found to have voted illegally. This is the best time to use the word illegal, right? Illegally 9 times. Wow, MAGA. 9 times? Okay, the first one, all right, I get it. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, but 9 times? Well, darn it. Now we got a conspiracy. Thank you so much for that, all right? Brian Pritchard, the first vice chairman of the state Republican Party, violated state election laws when he voted illegally in 9 elections from 2008 to 2010, a Georgia judge ruled on Wednesday. At the time he cast those votes, Pritchard was still on probation after being convicted of a forgery felony in Pennsylvania in 1996. Georgia is one of 15 states that bars people from voting until they have completed their sentencing, including probation. Judge Lisa Boggs ordered Pritchard to pay a $5,000 fine for his illegal votes, and he will also receive public reprimand. All right? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we've caught these seditionist, treasonous traitors doing exactly the things that they have been trying to say it's the Democrats that are doing. It's like I've said, ladies and gentlemen, every MAGA accusation is truly a MAGA confession, right? And so on that note, you know what we must do. Join me in giving this MAGA demon what he deserves. You want to vote 9 times? What do you think you are? You think you're a cat? You think you're a little cat? You got 9 lives? Absolutely not. Thank you, Judge, for sentencing this knucklehead and making him pay. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving him what he deserves. Another round of booze and shame. We keep catching you. Everywhere you go, we're going to catch all of you MAGA demons.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
We're going to catch you. All right? Now, should we continue to poke the bear?
Hold on. You poke the bear, you're gonna get the bear.
All right. Are y'all ready to play MAGA or not? By a show of hands, please raise your hands if you're ready to play MAGA or not. All right, please put, you know the rules, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you believe this is MAGA, or put a 2 if you think it is other. Ladies and gentlemen, this is trigger warning, all right? It's 30 seconds. I'm not going to read it.
Developing news now. A former Mississippi County deputy was arrested on suspicion of sexual assault and possession of child pornography. According to online jail records, 26-year-old Colton Langley Crabb was arrested on Tuesday and released the same day. Mississippi County Sheriff Dale Cook said Crabb resigned from the department several weeks prior to his arrest. Cook could not provide any further details, but said Arkansas State Police is handling this investigation.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard this situation. What do we think this is? Do we think this former deputy who's been arrested on SA and child nasty charges, do we think this is if in case you want to know, this is in Mississippi. Do we think this is someone from the LGBTQ plus community, or do we think this is a MAGA demon? Look at all of the responses, ladies and gentlemen. A resounding number of you believe this is a MAGA demon, and I do agree. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we must do. Join me in giving this rotten, nasty MAGA demon. This is what we call a criminal with a badge, right? This is a criminal with a badge. Join me in giving him what he deserves. He is disgusting, evil, wrapped up in a police uniform, and he probably goes to one of their little churches. You know, those Russian bears, they love to call themselves Christians. Zeus, I do all these things to protect the children. Well, where were you at when this monster was terrorizing those kids? I know where you were. You were on your knees worshiping Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving not just this nasty MAGA demon, what we're going to call him. What is his? Let me see what his name is. All right. Colton Langley Crabb. Colton Langley Crabb and all of the MAGA demons that enabled him to be what he is, a monster, what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. See, ladies and gentlemen, the reason I bring this truth out here the way that I do is because I've had so many encounters with the MAGA demons on this app, ladies and gentlemen. I've had so many encounters, and whenever you show them this is what the rest of the world see you all doing, they like to deny it and say it's not true. And they don't. Okay, so what I do is I make sure I give them the references to go look up themselves. They could go fact check me. If I'm lying about anything, please send me a guest request and say, Zeus, you got that wrong. Colton Langley's a great guy. Please, any MAGA demons out there, you believe this police officer? If you are a Trump supporter out there and you believe that this police officer is a good guy, please bring the evidence front and center today. I would love to see you defend this guy, all right? And I'm talking to you, especially you Russian bears who sat there and listened to Donald Trump, all right? He said, I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. He was talking about a little girl. And they defended this man. They defended Donald Trump. So it's no wonder a monster like this is terrorizing the community, because when they see these women on TikTok defending that kind of conduct, they think it's okay. All right. So yeah, if you think that guy is a good guy, please bring it up. All right. Bring the evidence. All right. Now let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's move it along. Where are we at? Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm so sorry. We got a little bit of time. All right. MAGA is outraged after a federal judge appeared on CNN to talk threats to him and his family. Now, this is an interesting story on so many levels. But we'll get to that, right? A federal judge's appearance on CNN to discuss the threats he and his family have suffered in the recent past set off some MAGA in the universe. All right. So he was on CNN yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. Senior Judge Reggie Walton. All right. He's talking to Caitlin Collins about all the threats that he has been receiving.
43, and it's great to have you here, Judge, tonight. And I just want to say thank you.
Those comments are in the form of a threat, especially if they're directed at one's family. I mean, we do these jobs because we're committed to the rule of law and we believe in the rule of law. And the rule of law can only function effectively when we have judges who are prepared to carry out their duties without the threat of potential physical harm.
And you know personally, what this is like. Someone threatened your daughter once as well.
Yes, threatened me one day, and then the next day called and made a threat against my daughter, and also had indicated my address. So they obviously had done some research to find out that I had a daughter and what her name was, and also where I live.
What's that even? That must be terrifying.
Well, it is, but you kind of have to appreciate that you can't let that impact on how you live your life and how you treat litigants who are before you, because even though threats may be made against you and against your family, you still have an obligation to ensure that everybody who comes into your courtroom is treated fairly, regardless of who they are or what they've done. But nonetheless, it is very troubling because
you see that, ladies and gentlemen? So the judge, his daughter is being threatened. And like I said at the top of the show, that's because that's what Donald Trump does. He threatens the judge's daughters because he's a misogynist and he promotes bigotry, right? So this is another example of the kind of behavior that goes on in MAGA. All right. And so what makes this story a little more interesting is after this judge went on to say, hey guys, can you please stop threatening my family and just let me do my job? All right. You would have thought that would have been the end of it, but it wasn't. All right. Despite speaking about himself and not delving into any cases or political realm, MAGA Universe quickly attacked Walton for publicly speaking out. One user wrote, "Wow, seriously, is this a bad joke? This is a sitting federal judge and he's commenting on pending criminal case against the leading presidential candidate during the height of the election. If so, this is highly prejudicial and extremely inappropriate." That's what one MAGA demon said. All right. Another one wrote, "Dear Judge Reggie Walton, lawyer up. A judicial misconduct complaint is definitely coming your way." Another MAGA demon wrote, "A federal judge hasn't been impeached by Congress for far too long." And there are several other MAGA demons that are supposedly outraged that a judge went on to CNN to say, hey, please stop sending threats to my family and stop threatening my daughter. You see? So number one, I thought MAGA doesn't watch CNN, right? Just like they say they don't come to my lives, they stay out of my lives. Zeus, I don't like it, I'm never there. But they always got something to say about my lives. And clearly, they're watching my lives like they're watching CNN. So once again, we've caught MAGA once again watching CNN and lying, saying that they don't. Number one. Number two, we caught them once again basically saying it's okay for them to threaten women, including the daughters of judges, because guess what? That's what Donald Trump does, right? And at the same time, they like to say that they're the ones that are Christians, right? They like to say that they're the ones that are the patriots, right? Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Since they have no shame, we got to give it to them. Join me once again in giving Donald Trump and his legion of MAGA demons what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. You're a bunch of sick... Silence, you MAGA demons. I don't allow Trump supporters. Many of you, you know me. I'm very direct about things, all right? Because I don't got a lot of time to get, play around with these folks. I'm not playing around with MAGA. I do not allow them to be victims around me, all right? Those days are over, all right? Like my good, right, Ange? I don't know if you're here, Ange, but right? The things that I say to these Trump supporters, ladies and gentlemen, you got to keep in mind, it didn't always used to be this way, all right? It really didn't. There was a time where I used to be a lot kinder to MAGA, all right? I used to be a lot kinder, but we cannot be kind to MAGA anymore, ladies and gentlemen, because guess what? The gloves are off and the jar is open.
Everyone knows and I wouldn't have said this 3 weeks ago. I wouldn't have said it. I was actually very kind to him. But now we can't be kind anymore because the gloves are off. The jar has been opened.
Right, the gloves are off and the jar has been opened. And you want to know who opened it, MAGA? You did. The gloves came off when you started that birther conspiracy nonsense about Barack Hussein Obama. But you want to know when you opened the jar? You opened the jar on January 6th, all right? All right? So with that being said, you need to take your medicine like a man or a woman, whatever you want to, call yourself out there, all right? Now let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, because you're not Christians and you're not patriots, all right? We got another update about a MAGA demon. All right, this one is about Rudy Dirty and the Tootie Giuliani. All right, and he seems to be going through some tough times. All right, anybody that feels sorry for Rudy Giuliani, please run to his website and donate to him now. Okay, because he could use the help. All right, Rudy Giuliani says forcing him to sell his Florida condo could make him join the ranks of the homeless. All right, disgraced former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani owes millions of dollars, but claims that bankruptcy creditors forcing him to sell his condo in Palm Beach, Florida is premature, according to court filings. Mr. Giuliani filed for Chapter 11 in December after a jury ordered him to pay $148 million to two Georgia election workers that he defamed. Last month, he filed an appeal for the jury's decision. On March 15th, all right, the Committee of Unsecured Creditors, which represent individuals and entities to whom Mr. Giuliani owes money or could soon file a motion in bankruptcy court requesting the court to force the former mayor to sell his Florida condo. In response, the former mayor's lawyers filed a motion yesterday claiming that Mr. Giuliani would be, quote, irreparably harmed if the Florida condo is sold and then the defamation payment ruling is overturned on appeal. The committee is assuming that most of all of the judgment will survive on the appeal, his lawyers wrote, which they argue is premature without legal authority. Mr. Giuliani splits his time between Florida and New York City properties, the lawyers wrote. Both Mr. Giuliani and the committee agreed that the Manhattan apartment should be sold. Once it's sold, the former mayor intends to make the Palm Beach condo his primary home, the filing says. Mr. Giuliani valued his home in Palm Beach at $3.5 million in previous court filings. That makes it his second most valuable reported asset, with his Manhattan apartment worth even more. The 3-bedroom Upper East Side apartment was previously listed for more than $6.5 million, but has since been taken off the market with its value in bankruptcy court slashed by nearly $1 million. All right? And so we're going to go right here, ladies and gentlemen, where they said this. If Mr. Giuliani is forced to sell his Florida home, then he will be forced to incur expenses for alternative housing, his lawyers argued. Surely the committee doesn't intend for Mr. Giuliani to join the ranks of the homeless. Ladies and gentlemen, see, Rudy Giuliani is just another example of a Trump supporter getting the ultimate MAGA reward, right? And we all know what the ultimate MAGA reward is. The ultimate MAGA reward is jail, and if you don't get your soul right, hell, with Chapter 11 in between. All right, that means you're going broke. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Rudy Giuliani, Dirty and the Tootie, what he deserves. I could care less if you have to sleep on the streets. I could care less if you have to sleep in the woods with the lions and tigers and bears, Rudy. The harm you've done speaks for itself. All right, as far as I'm concerned, you're getting away, because if it was up to me, I'd send you to Russia. Or I'd say, Elon, give me one of those SpaceX rockets and let me send it to Mars, maybe send it to the edge of the universe. So as far as I'm concerned, you still being able to sleep is a good thing for you. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Rudy Giuliani what he deserves. Another round of booze and shame. Silence, you MAGA demons. All right? I don't feel sorry for these Trump supporters when they go through hard times. I'm getting a little low. Got any spare change? I don't feel sorry for that. Nope, because the whole time you was going to that direction, we were sitting here saying, hey, come a little closer. Come a little closer, Rudy. Do me a favor, Rudy. Sit your special behind down and listen to this special bro. Nope, Zeus, you're a liar. You're wrong. I'm always right. That's how that MAGA demon talks. Well, now what? Now look at you, Rudy. Now I look at you. Congratulations. Like all the others, you've played yourself, right? All right, let's wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's move on to the final part of my monologue, and then we'll open up those boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. All right, I only want to hear from real Americans out there that want to tell the truth. I don't want to hear from MAGA demons. All right, now if I bring you up here, that means you must have done something in the comment section that warranted me to bring you up here. All right. Like I said, if you believe I'm saying anything that's false or misleading, I am more than willing to be corrected. All I ask is that you bring evidence of whatever it is that you're talking about. I don't got time to debate how you feel, because get this, feelings can change. I get that. Listen, I got 1,001 feelings just doing this show. I've gone through so many emotions. So I don't want to talk about how you feel. I want you to, Zeus, you were wrong about that police officer. He's a good guy. Okay, bring the evidence. All right, that's it. If you don't got it, keep it to yourself, and you work on that demon. All right, now let's talk about January 6th, ladies and gentlemen. This is the part they don't like me to talk about, but I'm going to always make sure we talk about it. Many of you know exactly why January 6th is very important that we continue to touch on. Donald Trump doesn't want the truth about January 6th to be out there, all right, because he knows the moment that American people are able to go through the facts for themselves, we're going to see just how dangerous of a person he is. Now, many of us who have actively pursued the truth, we know how dangerous he is. But his supporters, those who are lazy, they still continue to give him excuses. All right. So what I'm going to do is remind the American people what happened on January 6th. All right. So please bear with me. On or around during the 2020 election cycle, Donald Trump, he realized that he was going to lose the election to Joe Biden. The evidence was all around him, right? The economy was crashing. We were in the throngs of a nasty pandemic. He was lying to us about how dangerous it was. And when he met with his inner circle, the writing was so clear that they started to defect, all right? Those who could actually see it coming and not want to become criminals. Those who remained decided, you know what? We're going to try this. We're going to try to keep ourselves in power, all right? And they decided that it was going to be a multi-pronged approach in order to do it. One of the things that they knew needed to be done was they needed to make his supporters go from being supporters to becoming soldiers, all right? So, they like to talk about a civil war brewing, right? This is how MAGA talks. There's a civil war brewing, Zeus. Well, Donald Trump said, you know what? That's a great idea. That's an opportunity for me to, first of all, make some money off of these losers. But then the second thing is, it's an opportunity for me to radicalize my supporters and convert them into the modern day Confederate Army. Because after all, I'm the modern day Jefferson Davis. So they engineered the plan, all right? One of the things that they must do was, number one, make sure the soldiers doubt that the election is actually real and it's fair. Well, how are you going to do that? Trump says, leave it up to me. And so this is what Trump began to say to his supporters.
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose.
It's a rigged election.
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose.
Imagine that. If we use that same logic in any other sports industry, you know good and well it wouldn't last, right? But somehow his supporters believe that if you use it in the election, it actually makes sense. And so that's what they set out to do. And so the election cycle continued to play out. And at the end of the day, President Joe Biden was the winner, right? So on election night, Donald Trump should have came out and conceded and said, you know what, President Biden, great job. He should have helped him engage in the peaceful transfer of power, and that should have been that, all right? But you know what? We're not dealing with a normal, sane individual. We're dealing with a criminal like Donald Trump. So what did Donald Trump do? Well, this is what he did, ladies and gentlemen. You know that seed that he planted to make them doubt the election? He decided, let's go put some water on that seed.
Such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight, and then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left. We won states, and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, oh, because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win. So they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly, because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court. So Florida was a tremendous victory.
Right? He didn't concede. He could have conceded right there, but he didn't. That was him putting a little water on that seed. This is when he decided to put a little fertilizer on the seed.
76,000 votes with almost nothing left. And all of a sudden everything just stopped. This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is when it went from his supporters being normal supporters to them becoming Confederate soldiers for Donald Trump, right? So now we got this situation where they're ready to plan an attack, all right? But they need guidance. They need guidance. So what happens next? Well, there's a couple of things, right? Number one, there's the fake elector scheme. All right, Donald Trump, because we're gonna lead a march against. We're gonna launch an attack, but in order to do that, we're gonna have to make it look like there's a justifiable cause. So he begins to implement the fake elector scheme, which we all know involves him making that nasty phone call to Brad Raffensperger out there in Fulton County, right out there in Georgia.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
Right? Okay, so now we got the fake elector scheme in motion. Now we need to get these troops to Washington, D.C. So what does he do? He reaches out to Lieutenant Marjorie Taylor Greene, who we all know may have been involved with those things that were planted around the Capitol. You know, there were pipe bombs, and I've heard things said that maybe she had something to do with it. Marjorie Taylor Greene she fuels the fire by encouraging those soldiers to do some nasty things.
Everything. If we flood the Capitol building, flood all the government buildings, go inside. These are public buildings. We own them. We own these buildings. Do you understand that? We own the buildings and we pay all the people that work in the building.
You hear that? And with that, Donald Trump decided, you know what? Now let's move to the next phase of the attack. Attention, all MAGA soldiers of mine. As you have heard, I lost to Joe Biden, and I am very angry. So what I need for you all to do is to sell all that you have and meet me in Washington, D.C. to help me take over the Capitol, right? I am hosting an event called Stop the Steal. Be there. It's going to be wild, right? And so, on that note, what did those soldiers start to do? Well, they started to jump in the back of these U-Hauls. They put on their khaki pants, right? They put on those masks, which was also pretty interesting, right? Because during the pandemic, they said, please don't make us wear the mask. If I wear the mask, I can't breathe. But then when Donald Trump summoned them to Washington, D.C., all of a sudden they could breathe wearing those masks, right? You know who I'm talking about, right? The Patriot Front, the Proud Boys, the Boogaloo Boys. These are some grown individuals getting in the back of U-Hauls converging onto the United States Capitol of Washington, D.C. So now that Donald Trump has his soldiers there, ladies and gentlemen, there were a couple of things that took place. Number one, he began to pressure his vice president, Mike Pence, right? There was an exchange that took place in which Donald Trump was pressuring Mike Pence to break the law. Mike Pence said, listen, as much as I love you, Mr. President, unfortunately, I cannot do that because it would require me to place you above the Constitution. And you know that's not right. And, Trump didn't like that. He said, see, that's the problem with you, Mike. You're a little too honest. And then he called him an expletive, right? He called him that doozy name, right? You're a little too nice. You're a little too honest, Mike. And then he said, you know what, Mike? I'll do it all on my own. I don't need your help. So he goes back to the executive, the Oval Office, and he tells the Secret Service, let's go to the Capitol. I need to meet up with my troops. And they said, sir, those people there, we just got reports that they're armed with tactical gear. All right. They got all kinds of chemical repellents. I don't think it's safe for you to be there. And they want to cause harm to your vice president. Trump says, well, guess what? In terms of Mike Pence, I could care less. He's a grown man. He can take care of himself. I don't care if they do that. Sir, that's your vice president. I don't care. He won't follow my law. He won't put me above the Constitution. Okay, sir. You still want to go to the Capitol? Yes, take me to the Capitol. Well, but aren't you worried about the weapons? Listen. Those weapons aren't meant to hurt me. All right, take me to be with my soldiers. And Secret Service says, all right, we'll take you there. So they take him to the Capitol, right? They take him to the Ellipse. He was at the Ellipse, ladies and gentlemen. And this was basically the last phase of the plan. He sees his soldiers sprawled across the Ellipse, and he decided, you know what? Now that we got him to this point, let me go ahead and light this match and ignite this mob to engage in heinous acts of violence. And this is what he did.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here, we're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
And at that, his soldiers began to descend upon the United States Capitol to place a dagger at the throat of our democracy. On the way to the Capitol, you could hear them, ladies and gentlemen. I kid you not. They were chanting to cause harm to Mike Pence. Hang Mike Pence. They were seriously there to cause a lot of harm, all right, to the folks in Congress that day. They were doing everything they could to try to stop Joe Biden from becoming the president. But there was a situation that transpired that I'll never let MAGA forget. They ran across one of their own, Ray Epps, right? When they saw Ray Epps, they immediately began to chant, "Feds, feds, feds." They believed that he was part of the FBI and law enforcement, which brings up the larger question, MAGA. If you really believe that Ray Epps was the feds, right? If you really believe that Ray Epps was the feds, why did you continue to break the law? That's like seeing the cops are right outside of the bank and saying, you know what? This is probably the best time to rob it. Wow. See, they won't be able to answer that question, and I know why. Because they'll have to admit that They weren't thinking that day because Donald Trump had hijacked their minds. Yeah, that MAGA demon hijacked their minds, and they were under a strong delusion. That's why I say it's a MAGA demon, ladies and gentlemen, that got them doing this. And so, ladies and gentlemen, now that we are at the crime scene of January 6th, all right? I'm so sorry that I have to painstakingly go through it at that level. But I want to make sure we get a clear picture of what happened that day, okay? Because when you talk to these MAGA demons, they'll try to deny all that stuff that I was sharing with you, all right? So now that we are at the crime scene of January 6th, ladies and gentlemen, all right? You know what we got to do. Let's talk about what some of those criminals have been caught doing, all right? We got some more MAGA demons being held accountable, ladies and gentlemen. A Lowe's Island husband and wife are accused of entering the United States Capitol on January 6th. Thomas Kasparick and Daphne Kasparick were arrested by the FBI on March 28th, yesterday, during a search of their home in Blockhouse Point Place, according to Robert L. Jenkins, the attorney representing Thomas Kasparick. All right? On March 21st, a motion filed by federal prosecutors said investigators were looking into allegations that the couple participated in violent and disorderly conduct, but neither was charged ultimately with engaging in violent behavior. They were charged with entering and remaining in a restricted building or grounds, disorderly or disruptive conduct in a restricted building or grounds, disorderly and disruptive conduct in a Capitol building, and demonstrating and picketing in a Capitol building, according to a criminal complaint filed with their arrest. All the charges are misdemeanors. Both Kasparicks appeared in federal court yesterday and were released. They are scheduled to appear for a hearing in D.C. on April 19th. The FBI received a tip just a week after the riot about Kasparick's alleged involvement, according to a criminal complaint written by an FBI special agent. 3 years later, the same agent spoke to the informant who identified the Kasparicks from the Capitol security footage. All right, look at these MAGA demons, ladies and gentlemen. Using cell phone location data, security video, police body camera footage, and the other open source videos, the FBI traced the Kasparicks' path through the Capitol grounds building, according to the complaint. All right, look at these MAGA demons. All right, the Kasparicks entered the Capitol through the Senate wing door at 2:23 p.m. and departed the Senate wing door at 2:35, according to the complaint. During those 12 minutes, they walked through the Capitol crypt, and video showed Thomas Kasparick verbally engaged with police officers, the complaint said. Jenkins declined to comment about whether Thomas disputes the allegations that he entered the Capitol during the riot, but said Kasparick has been a law-abiding citizen, right? Isn't this so funny? They call themselves law-abiding citizens and isn't charged with taking part in the day's violence. There was a lot of violence perpetuated at the Capitol, and then there were some individuals who were there who were not engaged in any violent contact, Jenkins said. I think it's fair to distinguish those who engaged in violence versus those who were present without participating in any violence, right? Look at these MAGA demons, ladies and gentlemen. Rioters injured about 140 police officers during the attack. A member of the mob lost their life, Ashley Babbitt, by Capitol Police while she was trying to enter the speaker's lobby. 8 other people lost their lives during the riot or in the following days, including 4 police officers who unalived themselves. All right. Now, you want to know about this MAGA demon? Get this. This is his background. Thomas Kasparick is a pastor and a counselor who provides Christian discipleship, spiritual direction, inner healing, prayer, and miraculous healing in both clinical and church settings, according to the website of a Christian-centered, biblically based whole health practice. All right, and this is something that him and his wife, they run. Daphne is a physician who founded a medical group in 2001 and practiced at Inova Loudoun Hospital until 2022, when she was fired by the medical group after a dispute with the hospital over her COVID-19 vaccine waiver. She sued the hospital and the medical group, and the parties settled the case last year. Jenkins said he didn't have a complete list of items that was seized by the FBI, All right, but the items included two legally purchased handguns. All right, and so listen, ladies and gentlemen, I can't continue to go on to detail, but what we have right here are some Christians who engaged in the insurrection, and these are, if you read further, they say they also promoted Donald Trump's lie that the election was rigged. Right? So look at where their so-called faith has gotten them. Right in the clutches of the DOJ. You see how you played yourself, MAGA? You worship Donald Trump, and now you got the ultimate MAGA reward, which is what? Jail, and if you don't get your soul right, hell. Ladies and gentlemen, well, chapter 11 in between, right? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Mr. Thomas and Daphne, seditionists, treasonous traitors, what they deserve because they're not Christians, they're liars, and they're possessed with the MAGA demon. Join me in giving them what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. I don't get it. Why would you repeat lies? Why would you repeat lies about the 2020 election and then at the same time say that you're a Christian? You're not Christians. You're a bunch of liars and seditionists, treasonous traitors. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, let's send them off the old-fashioned way.
I'd like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
Right? You see that, MAGA? You do not represent our country. You will pay. And according to him, he summoned the National Guard. You know why I don't have much respect for you Trump supporters? Because I see Donald Trump playing you like a fiddle and you can't. I'll give you a good, clear example of how Donald Trump played you like a fiddle, right? Here's one, right? Here we go. Let me make sure we get this straight, right? Here we go.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy.
Right, remember
and
this?
After this, we're going to walk down and I'll be there with you.
We're going to walk down and I'll be right there with you. You remember how they like to say, you missed the part where he said peacefully protest? You remember how these Trump supporters like to say, you missed that part, Zeus. Well, MAGA, did you miss that part when he said he'll be right there with you? Yeah, he did say he would walk. Oh, my God. Have any of you Trump supporters got any evidence that Donald Trump walked right there with you when you went to commit those crimes? Or did he go back to the White House and watch you all do the crime while watching TV and drinking a Diet Coke? This is why I say y'all ain't thinking. Y'all are not thinking. You're not using your full brain power. And Donald Trump loves that. Get this, MAGA. You know how sad you are? This is how sad you Trump supporters are. You wake up every day and listen to a man that puts a bird's nest on his head. I saw his calendar President Biden posted. It takes him 2 hours to put that bird's nest on his head, right? He paints himself orange, right? Puts on a diaper, soils it, gets that blue crumpled suit with the red tie, goes into his basement and begins to spread lies on his social media platform and gives you all your next marching orders. He says, send me $5. Yes, sir. Send me $10. Yes, sir. Yes, if you're the MAGA women, they go, yes, daddy. Okay, I mean, this is some sick stuff he has going on. All right? He's playing you all like a fiddle. Do you get this? You're out there in the audience right now angry. But if you really sat back and used the remaining brain power left and asked yourself, are you really mad at Zeus? Are you really mad at President Biden and the Democrats? Or are you low-key, you really mad at Donald Trump? Because he keeps asking you to give and never gives you anything back. He never gives you anything back. Even the January 6th criminals sitting in prison in Washington, D.C., he is promising you that if you get him back in the White House, he'll give you a pardon. What on earth, sir? If I was in that situation, listen, and I did all of that for Donald Trump, sir, check this out. We're way past waiting for you to get in the White House. Won't you go ahead and put some money on my books and help me with my criminal defense and help me not be in this situation now? That way, when I get out, I can once again vote for you. See, that's how I would do it. That way I know the love is real. But see, you MAGA demons out there, y'all falling for it. Especially you, Snuggles. Snuggles, Donald Trump doesn't love you. When are you going to realize it? No wonder mom keeps you in the basement, right? Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do.
Struggle bubbles, struggle pancakes,
Some sick
struggle
stuff.
honey buns, struggle in the weight. Yeah, he's a struggler.
This is some sick stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, join me. I didn't want to give it to him, but you know what? Join me in giving Snuggles what he deserves. He deserves a round of booze and shame because he has a whole cult following on this app. A lot of these folks who promote conspiracies, they go to Snuggles and I don't know what he does, but they don't know Snuggles got his degree from Trump University, all right? Get Snuggles a booze and shame. Snuggles, you're disgusting, bro. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, sorry my monologue went a little over, but I'll stay a little later than normal, all right? That concludes my monologue, all right? It is now time to open up the boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth and shame the devil, all right? You know the rules. We're going to try to keep it in 3 minutes, all right? Hopefully I can get through as many folks as I can. All right. And the goal here, ladies and gentlemen, is you don't really need to hear from Zeus. All right. I mean, I'll do my part to, kind of like make sure the show continues to move forward. But it's really about hearing from real Americans, real humans out there, real people who care about our future. That's why I like to open up the boxes. I mean, as much as I put the pressure on Donald Trump and MAGA, it's also about getting the truth out there so that folks go out and vote. And they have as much information as they can before they cast their votes, right? I mean, I get it. I'm not going to tell people who to vote for, but I do hope that you are at least thinking critically, all right? Because it is what it is. I mean, the two candidates that are pretty much the front runners, it is them, all right? As much as we would like it for it to be other people, it is those two, and we really must make the right decision, all right? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's open up the box and try to have some dialogue out here, ladies and gentlemen, all right? All right, let's go. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? How you doing, Maureen? Good morning.
Oh, hi there. It took
Hi.
a minute. Hi there. I was going to give you some Michigan news, what happened yesterday.
Oh, talk to us.
Well, you know, the Final Four, which is not the Final Four yet, but the basketball tournament is here in Detroit because we have a lovely stadium, some nice, what do you call those? Hotels downtown.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. See, I haven't
Well,
been to Michigan, but I'll take your word for it. How about that?
well, you're invited anytime you want to come, Zeus.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, I love it. All right, all right.
We are friendly to people. Well,
Yes.
it depends what part of the state you go to. I'll be completely honest.
All right.
Tiffany can vouch for that as well.
Yes.
So Matt Maddox is a representative in the state legislature, and he's
Uh-huh.
the governor let buses of immigrants in yesterday. They were basketball players.
Wow.
Yeah, she did not. I mean,
Wow. He said that about basketball players.
yes, we do accept everybody. I'll be honest with you. We are a
Yeah.
state that will. I mean, honestly, that's some. Him and his wife. Well, let me tell you about his wife. When the lieutenant governor, Garland Gilchrist, he's a very tall man. He's very kind, sweet, African American, sweet man.
Right?
But he will bend down to hug you. But she painted him to be a very scary man when we had to wear masks.
Wow. Wow.
They're both a wonderful couple of I don't.
You call them both wonderful?
No, I mean, I don't know what I can say on the app.
Oh, okay.
Get me in trouble. Wonderful couple of you know what.
I got you. Yeah, demons. They're fully possessed. They're indoctrinated, is what you're trying to get at.
Yes, sir.
Sad.
Sad. Sad and sad.
Yeah. Well, how are you navigating those spaces out there where chances are you're running across folks that think like them every day in your community?
Oh well, I got in some discussions where my kids kind of had to pull me back and said, "Mom, do not do it." I just walk away when they said Obama was not born in the United States. I was born in it. I was at Applebee's a month ago, and somebody told me that. I said, "What?" Huh?
There's still people out there that believe
Still at
Barack.
it. Yes, sir. I'm like,
Wow. Wow. You see, this is disturbing. Wouldn't you say that this many people out here, and I'm assuming these are adults.
They're adults. Yes, it's the age bracket. So older people. But I do know the Republicans in Michigan, the age group, the older Republicans, they're the ones that block the entryway to the schmabortion clinic.
Wow.
They're the right to life people. They're crazy.
Wow.
But we have people that will walk them safely into. We have mobilized to help people.
Right.
We have to keep people safe.
Yeah. I completely agree. I mean, well, as far as I'm concerned, you're doing a good job, Maureen. All right.
The older Republicans, they're still on that.
Are you there, Maureen? I think maybe I got a call, Maureen. All right. Well, I'm going to move it on. All right. But thank you. All right. All right. And thank you so much. Keep up the great work, Maureen. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Maureen a round of applause. I think you may have gotten a call, Maureen, but you know what? You did awesome. All right. Thank you. Please come on back. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Good morning, Stick to Ruler. Good morning, brother. How are you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Zeus. How about yourself?
Hey, I'm doing all right. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday.
Amen.
And it's good. It's Good Friday. It's Good Friday to be, by the way.
Yeah.
So on this Good Friday, I would just like to spread the word that MAGA also has a syndrome. It's called Barack Obama syndrome.
Oh.
As your guest just said, they're always coming up with, they don't believe he was born in America. He wore a tan suit. And on and on. Well, it actually ain't on and on. Those are kind of like the only two things that they got right now. In the sense of
they like to say he's the most divisive president. Have you ever heard that before? That lie?
Yeah, I've heard that before, but the problem is the only way that it would be divisive is if he was actually pushing it out. The whole thing of it is when he came on the scene, he came on with "Yes, we can," "Yes, we will," like all of these things, including other people.
Right.
So, with that being said, the only person that's divisive, or the only people that's divisive, is the one person that says, I can do anything and I can end it. I can end the war in 24 hours. I. And it's always I.
Yeah.
So that's just the thing that it's been out there, it's been noticed, but I'm tired of hearing that we have Trump derangement syndrome, and
Mm.
we don't know how to not talk about January 6th. But the problem is, every time Donald Trump opens his mouth, he's talking about January 6th.
Yep.
So why can't we talk about January 6th if he keeps bringing it back up?
Yep.
He's the main guy spreading the lies about January 6th. And he's got recordings of all the J6ers as a what was the national anthem? Are
Yeah.
you serious? Are you
Yep.
playing with me? And then on top of that now, and I can't
Yeah.
stand to say it, but I'm gonna have to. He's selling Bibles.
Yep.
You know,
Unbelievable. Unprecedented. Right?
yeah, so my whole thing of it is we know it's a money scheme. We know it's a money scam.
Yep.
Um,
Scamming.
they just sent the little boy off that had the what was the Bitcoin trading system.
Yeah.
Um, Donald Trump is just as much as a fraud as he is.
Oh.
Uh,
Wow. You think
I mean,
so?
yeah, I mean, when you're a billionaire, but you can only come up with 100 million.
Yeah.
I don't even think he's came up with the whole 175 million yet.
No. I
So,
haven't heard that he
so
has.
yeah, and then again, I'm not just saying he's a fraudster because he's a fraudster. I'm saying it because it's already been proven. The judge in New York has already said he's a fraudster.
Tell him.
So with all that being said, MAGA, I'm sorry. This is Good Friday, but you had to hear that word I just gave you. You
Yep.
know, I think the church is saying amen in the
Hey.
comments and different things
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that because
yeah.
it's Good Friday.
Yes,
So
sir.
at the end of the day, MAGA, you know, I don't know. I'm gonna respect you enough again to call you captain because you're willing to go down with the ship.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say, Zeus. You
Talk
have
to
a
him.
good Easter,
All right.
Passover, and everything else that comes Ramadan, and anything else to come along with this Good Friday. All right.
All right, brother. You too. All right. And thank you so much for having the courage and conviction to be able to get in the box and tell the truth, my good friend. All right.
No
No
problem. You have a
lies
good day in the
detected.
kingdom.
All right. No lies detected. You see this, ladies and gentlemen. This is a show of force. And if there's some folks out there who don't like this level of truth coming out of the live, you know what I say? Maybe you didn't catch it at the top of the show, ladies and gentlemen. But let me go ahead and say it to you. All right.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Let's go. Good morning, Wanda. How are you doing?
Good morning, Zeus. Good
Good
morning,
morning.
Kingdom. How you
All
guys
right.
doing?
All right. We're doing all right. Long time no see.
I know, and please forgive me if you hear Paw Patrol in the background. I got a 4-year-old granddaughter here with me with an ear
Okay.
infection, getting over an
Okay.
ear infection.
All right. All
But
right.
this is what I wanted to say this morning. It is so sad. I remember the gentleman on the Proud Boys
Mm.
before when he went to court and he asked the judge before sentencing, please allow me to take my daughter to school again. And before he was sentenced. And they have given up their lives, their family, their careers for one man. For one man.
Do you think they know that that's what they're doing while they're doing it, or do you think they're finding this out after?
I, they finding it out after. I really believe because I really believe that they thought that they was going to get the same privilege as Trump, but they finding out. And but the sad part about it, Zeus, is that the ones it's going to be more that's going down. It's going to be more that's going to go down for Trump, that's going to leave their families, that's going to go to jail, that's going to lose their careers, all for Trump. You're leaving your children, your wives, your moms, your dads for Trump.
Wow.
I,
Wow.
I can't believe it. That
Can you
is
can you
what
can
you.
you Oh, I'm so sorry. But
No, go ahead.
there's the other side of this is the women who are with these guys.
Yes.
The guys that want to control their lives, control their bodies. what would you like to say? Like, say we were just talking to somebody out there who was on the fence. What would you say to them about this stuff?
Run, run, fast, run, please. It's ridiculous that literally we got a party who wants to control us, who wants to control our bodies, who wants to tell us what to do. Come on, ladies, come on. We got to do better. We got to get together. We can't go backwards. We got to continue to move forward. Continue to move forward. And I feel for them. I really do, Zeus. I feel for them. But,
Yeah,
hey, they getting what they deserve, though.
yeah. The
Because if you
ultimate.
allow one man, one orange man, to change your whole life, to give up your whole family, career, everything, and go to jail. And the sad part, Zeus, is gonna be many more after this that's gonna follow.
Amen.
And they're not in a
Amen.
cult, but they
Yeah,
say they're not in a cult.
yeah. Isn't that something? Isn't that
The-
something?
I really wish they would go take Trump and his steaks, his water, his clothes, all
Yes.
these things he's grifted, and take them over to Russia and sell them over there.
Amen. I agree. They need to. They really do.
My friend, thank you for letting me up. I
All right.
really appreciate what you're doing. The kingdom, all you heavy hitters whose lives I be in, I appreciate you guys so much, and I love you guys.
All right, all right, and we love you too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to the beautiful Wanda. No lies detected. See, we're hearing from everyday Americans out here, ladies and gentlemen, folks who care about this country. All right, and we don't gotta get up here and spread lies and misinformation and disinformation. All right, we don't. We just get out here and we tell the truth. All right. Good morning, straight back. Hello. How are you doing, my good friend? Hello. Straight facts, is you there?
That's gross.
All right, straight
Hey,
facts.
what's going on with you?
Hey,
Can you
not
guys
much.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, excellent. Okay. So, what I wanted to talk about today is Biden and how good of a job he's doing with his fundraising for his campaign.
Let's
I want to
go.
read you guys.
Do it.
Yes. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Good morning. All right. Well, let me read something out to you. Tonight will be the largest fundraising in political history. 25 million in hard money raised in a single evening for Biden. This is more raised in one night than Trump raised the entire month of February. Democrats are beginning to fine-tune their messaging, and they have a standing army of 5,000 plus full-time organizers on the ground in the key states. We are outgunned and will be outspent. The polls are tightening. Who do you think that was?
Joe Biden.
That is going to be Charlie Frank that said that.
Wow.
Charlie, yes.
Let's
I mean,
go.
not Charlie Frank, Charlie Kirk. Charlie
Kirk.
Kirk who said that.
Oh, wow.
So that means that Charlie Kirk is starting to be able to read the writing on the wall. That Biden is making a ton of more money than Trump, and that he is going to beat Trump like a drum again in 2024. Thank you, bestie. You see that? Thank you,
Yes.
MTN.
Wow, wow. We got a little bit of a warning over here at the same time, but please continue.
Oh, okay. Was that for me?
No, for Zeus, they said, the live is getting too strong for MAGA. They're having their feelings hurt.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure that we all saw and see that the MAGAs are starting to realize that we are creeping and doing our thing, and they are not winning, as Snuggles likes to say. It sounds like they're losing.
Ooh, it's not winning, Snuggles.
You're not winning, Snuggles. And I also want to bring out something too. Biden has former presidents endorsing him and stomping for him. Did you guys see that?
Yeah. What do you think about that? Why aren't the other former presidents doing the same for Trump? And what do you think is going on?
Well, I don't know, but I know one thing. Mike Pence refused to endorse a president that he worked under for 4 years. I don't think that's ever been done before. It's
Wow.
unheard of.
Wow.
How do you
Wow.
not support someone that you? Oh, I forgot. He threatened to unalive him. He called him a cooter. A cooter like
Oh, that part.
Janae.
That part.
Right. Remember that?
Yep,
So
that'll
you
get
guys
you.
know what?
What's that,
Yep.
straight fat? Tell them the truth.
You guys know what? Let me tell y'all the truth. Let me tell y'all the truth.
Go ahead and get them.
Racism doesn't fucking racism, excuse my language, doesn't pay.
Start with, keep going.
Let me start over.
Yeah.
Racism doesn't pay. It doesn't pay. We see through it all day, every day. And we are wise to you coming up on our panels and trying to get us bananaed. So now you guys have to work, MAGA. You guys have to work to get up on our panels now. We're going to start squeezing you guys out. You guys were having fun coming to our panels, and we were letting you come up there and voice your opinions, and we were working with you and we were talking to you. But now there's no more of that. You guys get to stay down in the comments where you guys belong because you don't know how to behave yourselves.
Yep. No lies
All
to
right.
take. You right,
So-
straight facts.
So I know it's been a
Bang.
long time since I've graced your presence, and I
All
do
right.
thank you so much for allowing me up here in the kingdom. You are
Oh,
still
anytime.
handsome, Zeus,
Well,
and
thank
I
you.
know they're still running after
Oh,
you. Yes.
yeah, thank you. Oh, Nutty, you
They
see that,
still
Nutty?
got that jungle feeling. Yes, they got that
Oh,
jungle
yeah.
fever.
Oh, yeah. They burning and lusting over there. Mm-hmm.
Yes, but Zeus, do me a favor if you could.
Talk to him.
And unless you have your backup with you, don't go in those lives, Zeus.
Yeah,
Don't go
yeah.
in the ops lives anymore because
Yeah.
all they're trying to do is bait you to take your voice away from you. And
You're
your
right.
voice is way too important on this platform
Yeah,
for them
yeah.
to take your voice.
You hear
So
that?
please do me a favor and just be safe in these TikTok streets
You
because
right.
you know they coming after you.
Absolutely. I was there on my backup the other day because of that. It's a sad
Yep.
thing when they can't control themselves when Zeus is around. It's a sad day in America, MAGA. But you got to learn how to
Yep.
because I ain't going anywhere. I'm back better than ever. Right? Right?
Period.
Right? All right.
All gas, no brakes, and you know what time it is, Zeus. It's Biden time.
Let's go.
He's your president.
Tell him. Tell him.
All right. Well, I'm getting out of here. Kingdom,
All right.
thank you so much for the gifts. I do appreciate you guys. Zeus, you have a wonderful day. And y'all stay safe off in these TikTok streets.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Straight Facts and keep up the great work. I know you're early, you're up before I am cooking, and so I appreciate that you're
You
doing your
know it,
part.
Zeus.
All right, keep up the full court press that we got. All right,
All right. Will
All right.
do. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
No, that's Trump that got dementia, not Biden.
tell them, MAGA, stop it. Seriously, y'all have zero credibility. MAGA, listen up. You have zero credibility. Ask Snuggles. All right. None. You could listen over here. Absolutely not. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, we got a couple of more people. All right, let's see who we got next. All right. Good morning, Glenn. How are you doing?
Good. How are you, buddy?
All right. All right. This is our first time doing business. That's correct.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta ask you some questions and then you get your 3 minutes. All right. Fair enough.
Okay. Yeah.
Fair enough. First question: do you believe the 2020 election was rigged?
No, I don't.
All right. All right. You passed that one, ladies and gentlemen. See, these are easy questions. Next question. Who would you say is responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th?
Definitely Orange Hitler.
Hey, let's go. Okay. All right. Last and final question. Do you believe President Biden is guilty of any crimes?
No.
Let's go.
They have no proof.
You asked, man. Let's go. All right. Listen, you got 3 minutes. What you got for us, my good friend?
So, I live in the South, right?
Okay.
And I see a lot of red hats floating around. Well, not too many. But you know what I don't see?
What's that?
The AirPod 1s. The January 6s. The $399 shoes that apparently sold out.
Yeah,
Have
you don't
not
see
seen a
that.
single pair.
Mm.
Nobody's wearing them. Are they
Mm.
scared? Or they not like them? Or
Mm.
what's going on?
Have they even made it? Have they been shipped out yet? I think what they got a lot of back orders. I heard. Or are you just? Oh, are you saying he just took their money?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I
Oh.
could see that.
Why do you think they continue to send this guy their money? Have you heard these Trump supporters? Right, they're crying they can't buy eggs, they can't pay for gas, but all of a sudden
Right.
Donald Trump is selling something new and they got it right.
Right. And every live that I see that has a MAGA supporter on it has all the flags, all the thing, and they have Trump puppets, which is ironic,
Oh,
right? They don't see the irony in buying a Trump puppet,
wow.
you know.
That went right. That went right over their heads. I mean, you
Right.
know what you just said. All right. So listen. I mean, there's millions of Americans all across this country, right? We're going to go cast our votes this November. What would you say to someone out there that maybe is in the middle? They're a little confused about what's happening right now, right? They're going, well, I think maybe what they're doing to Donald Trump is just a witch hunt. What would you say to them?
Look up, do the research. All right, get
Mm,
online, check your sources, check who owns the news companies that you're looking at,
mm.
and do your research because it's vicious out there in the media.
Yeah.
You don't know what's right, what's wrong. You have to really dig in deep these days.
Yeah. All right. Well, in terms of you personally, what would you say is the best way to describe Donald Trump?
I call him Orange Hitler.
Oh, orange.
Orange Hitler. Yeah, because he wants to be
Wow.
a dictator. If he wants
Mm.
to be a dictator, call him what he is.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair
So
enough. Fair enough. Well, listen, Glenn, I appreciate you having the courage and conviction, brother. All right, to get up here
yeah,
and tell the truth like that. All right.
thanks for having me up, Zeus.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Brother Glenn a round of applause. Live directed. All right. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's a show of force this morning. We're just having normal conversations with Americans all across the country that have something they feel they can contribute to this discussion. All right, let's move it along. All right. Good morning, Miss Boss Diva. How are
Happy Friday, baby.
you doing? Happy Friday.
Yeah, I wanted to speak on this Jim Jordan and Fonnie Willis back and forth, right? Because
Right.
Jim Jordan is, I guess he issued a subpoena, which, that's a different conversation with
Yeah.
him, right?
He's demanding some information, right?
Yeah, well, he claims that, Fonnie's office is misusing federal funding and blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
So now, of course, he was saying that she's not complying with the subpoena and all that crap, but that's
Right.
absolutely false, right? Because she's been corresponding to him, basically sending him documentation,
Right.
approximately 3 dozen documents to, let him know, no, that's not, pushing back on his claims and everything like that.
Negro.
Oh, thank you, Mo Negro. I
Let's
appreciate
go.
you, sweetheart.
Yes.
So yeah, she was letting him know, look, hey, I'm going to, kind of comply with some of your concerns, but let me again, this is a quote directly from Miss Fonnie Willis herself.
Talk to him.
She said, let me again state this clearly.
All right, Takesha.
Nothing that you do will derail the effort of my staff and I to bring the election interference prosecution to trial so that a jury of Fulton County citizens can determine the guilt or innocence of the defendants.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, she licking her chops, ain't she?
She was like, and also let me be clear. While we are abiding by your subpoena in good faith and with due diligence, we will not divert resources that undermine our duty to the public of Fulton County to prosecute felonies committed in this jurisdiction. We will not shut down this office efforts to prosecute crime, including gang activity, acts of violence, and public corruption to meet unreasonable deadlines in your politically motivated, quote, investigation, unquote, of this office.
Tell them.
So she roasted him like a chicken, undercooked chicken. by the
Oh,
way.
yeah. Now that's hard to do, and she did it, right?
Yeah, so
Wow.
she basically, he's out there spewing lies on Fox wherever he goes, talking about Fonnie is not, responding to him and all of that. Really, what he's saying is that he don't want to hear what Fonnie has to say because he has been. You know what I mean? And we all know why.
Yeah.
Because he is definitely going to convict Donald Trump. And all the rest of them that didn't plead out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just know that that's the ride y'all on, MAGA. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And so you better get your Kool-Aid mixed up, ready to go, and start sipping.
What they put in that Kool-Aid?
But I don't know, man. There's gonna be some detrimental fatality stuff in there. That's all I know.
Yeah. Tell them.
Yep, that's all I know. But I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention that, Fonnie Willis is absolutely doing her job.
Absolutely.
That she was elected to do.
Yeah.
And paid to do.
Tell them.
So don't get it twisted, MAGA. Your orange Jesus will be behind bars in no time.
Exactly.
Anyway, I heard my bell, Zeus. Thank you so much for having me up.
All right.
I love you dearly.
Love you too.
Thank you, Kingdom. Thank you, everybody, for the gifts. Much love to everyone.
All right.
If I don't see you, and stay safe.
All right, you too, Miss Boss Diva. All right.
Thank
oh
you,
my
baby.
goodness.
Take
Ladies
care. Have
and
a good one,
gentlemen,
baby.
you too. Let's give it up to the beautiful Miss Boss Diva. No lies detected. Fonnie Willis is on that. You know what? All right, listen, I'm going to get you in, Takesha. You said you got to go somewhere this morning. Let's go. Are you there, Takesha? How are you doing? All right. Good morning. Hello.
Listen, it's Good Friday, so I got some stuff to do. So I need to come up and tell you something that happened. First of all, let me say that Trump should be ashamed of himself for selling those Bibles, even signing them, because the book says don't add nothing to this book and don't take nothing away. So he's sinning right there. Let's just get that out the way. The good Christian that he is, And the good Christian they are, they such good Christians. They should know that he ain't supposed to do nothing when it comes to that good book.
Absolutely.
But anyway, I was in a bar last night, and I heard some MAGA. It was some MAGA sitting at the bar talking, right?
Talk to me.
And so they were sitting and coordinating a song, Zeus.
Oh.
And, they were a part of January 6th, and they're straight MAGA. And so I was sitting there listening, and as they were writing the song, I wrote it down, and I wanted to sing it to you today.
Okay. Oh.
Are you ready, Zeus?
Yes, please. I'm waiting.
Because it was so full of love that I had to write it down so I wouldn't forget it.
Oh.
Okay. Hello?
I'm here. I'm just muting my mic, but please carry on.
Okay,
right?
here it goes, Zeus. Wise men say only fools rushed in, but I couldn't help it, 'cause I'm in love with him. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin to give you my card right along with my pen? Just like Donald Trump makes a fool of me, I know someday together we will be. Take my money and my 412, 'cause I can't help being in love with with you. Mm-mm-mm. You have fake hair, and your tan is too. But none of that matters, 'cause I'm in love with you. Then they said 86 counts. You're as guilty as can be. But I can't accept it, 'cause you said you love me. Then they ended it with this, Zeus. They say you wear a diaper and you really smell. But I'd follow you all the way to hell.
Oh!
Wasn't that a song full of love? Listen, Zeus, I could hear Elvis singing it, and I could see the love in their eyes for the Donald. Zeus, I saw it, right?
Yeah.
I said they really love him.
That was some love and something else too, though.
You know that fool, only wise men said fools rush in.
Right.
You know, that was better than that January the 6th song.
Oh, yeah.
I think I should send this one to Trump and have him to salute it while the choir sings it to him. You know he's better than Elvis, you know. He made many great songs. Better than
my God.
Yeah.
Listen. You know, I never thought we was gonna go to hell, but I think you and me, we just might end up going to hell.
Oh, I'm not going to hell. You can take that ride by yourself. My seat is already secured. My name is already in the Lamb's Book of Life. You're going to hell by yourself. Zeke.
Okay, well, I ain't going unless you going, so it looks like we
Well,
ain't
you
going.
must be going to heaven.
Amen. Let's go.
I had to give it to you today. I said it's a good Friday to give them a good song.
Absolutely. Thank you, RC. All right. Well, listen. You cooked the books, all right? You cooked them very good today, all right? And you did a good thing, Takesha. I really do appreciate you, all right?
All right. Y'all have an awesome day.
All right, you two, ladies and gentlemen, isn't Takesha amazing and awesome? Once again, let's give her a round of applause. And I see you. All right, I see you out there, Ange. All right, yes. All right, let's move it along. All right. Who do we got next? Oh, okay. The beautiful Shay. All right, good morning, Shay. How are you doing?
Good morning. How is everybody in the kingdom?
I see you, Tiffany. All right, we're all right. We're just tending to the affairs as usual.
I tell you, I know. Happy Good Friday, everybody, for those that want to celebrate that.
Yes.
And not just Happy Friday, people. Thank God it's Friday.
Right.
And thank God, can we just say that for Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, and Joe Biden? I tell you, it's so nice to see, you know, and that's the thing, you know, I know people have talked about it already, but it's interesting because out of the 5 living presidents, right, ex-presidents, one, of course, we're going to lose at some point in the near future. But then you got George W. Bush, who is the other living Republican president, right? Why isn't he supporting Trump?
That's a good question. What has he mentioned anything about his support for Donald Trump in terms of like donations, or maybe they're doing a fundraiser together, anything like that? Have you heard about?
No, haven't heard anything. Yeah. I don't think he's going to. You know, obviously he didn't support him in 2016, so. You know, let alone is he going to support him after January 6th? You know,
Wow.
Yeah.
You think it may have something to do with the way Trump treated his brother?
I mean, I think there's some of that, but I don't think they're as petty as that. It's mainly because he understands that man is inept and not good for the country. He knows what the job was, you know, for 8 years, and he knows that Trump is absolutely bad at the job and dangerous. 100%. That's why he doesn't support him. And, and so you think about when elections come, you would think that he would have much more of a driving force to get Biden out of office. If everything is so bad under Biden, why aren't the Republicans uniting to win in the election?
That's a good question.
Right? I mean, think about it. Why wouldn't they do that if things are so terrible? The right-leaning talking heads want to tell you how horrible everything is. Then why aren't they all combining to fight against Biden? It's weird, right?
Your guess is as good as mine.
I mean, just let that just sink in just a minute, MAGA. Just think about this. If things were so bad and so corrupt, and so we're about to go into World War III and all this stuff going on, right? Supposedly, right?
Yeah, MAGA. You're free to answer in the comments, MAGA. These are serious questions, all right? And the answer to it is not Biden and the Democrats, all right? Please grow up.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I mean, no, get them. It's absolutely ridiculous when you think about that. So obviously, nobody believes that that's actually happening. Nobody believes that Biden is all this stuff that you guys think. He's inept and the world thinks he's weak and he's leading us into World War III, or he has dementia, or he's corrupt. All these things that you guys, supposedly are saying. Otherwise, you would unite in this huge force to get him out if that was so true.
Right.
And they're not. So Biden has 91% of the Democratic support behind him. 91%. And
Good.
Trump only has, I think, under 60% of the Republicans.
Wow. And they believe in their heart of hearts. They believe in their heart of hearts, Shay, that Trump is going to win.
Some of them do. It's so sad to me when the numbers are not there. The primaries show you it's not there. The special elections show you it's not there. When we've got deep red states flipping highly into Democrat because of running on Roe v. Wade and stuff like that, guys, it's not looking good. It's not. And so it's obviously the fervor is behind the Democrats. The Democrats have united strongly, and because they know the alternative to having Trump, they can't do it. So notice what's going on. Why aren't the Republicans uniting behind Trump? Just think about that. If everything was so terrible right now and they had to save us.
Tell them, Shay.
Don't they want power? Don't they want to be in office? Because they know what Donald Trump would absolutely do, and they're not supporting him at all.
Yep. They're not. Daffs, you're wrong. You're wrong, Daffs. You're wrong. Quit listening to Snuggles and conservative Democrat, you MAGA demon. Seriously.
Is this a president who can't stand trial being supported by an ex-president? What?
Yeah. Wow.
That makes no sense. I don't even understand what you just said. Anyway.
It's gibberish. MAGA can't speak. They just utter gibberish.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, we're going to watch your ex-president stand trial here starting April 15th, so it's going to be great. I love it. Tax day, Trump day.
Yep.
All right, I'll let you go. Just wanted to ask you guys that and just, be thinking about that because it's interesting.
All right. Well, listen, Shay, thank you so much. All right. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you out here in these TikTok streets, too. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Shay a round of applause. All right. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, Daffs, I'm going to be honest with you. Snuggles is not great at all. Snuggles is a harasser and an abuser. He's a grifter, all right? Listen, I know Snuggles. He's not a good person. Quit worshiping him, all right? Good morning, Z-Pac. How are you doing this morning, my friend?
Good morning. Good morning.
All right. How are you?
I'm good. Hold on.
All right. Jesus Christ, Z-Pac. All right. Well, listen. While Z-Pac is getting put in position, he's in the bunker, right, Ange?
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
wow.
How are you doing? Sorry.
I'm all right. All right.
Yeah. So, just wanted to come up. I don't have a lot of time, but tonight I will be back on Michael Cohen's TikTok Live. He has invited me back. And I just wanted to let everybody know that wants to tune in. It's probably going to be around 10:30 And so
10:30
pretty.
Eastern time.
Yes, 10:30
Okay.
Eastern. So for those of you who are wanting to support your boy,
Yes.
definitely
Oh, I'll be there at so that's 7:30 here in California, right? So
yeah,
yes,
that's
I will be
that's
there.
good.
All right, I will be there to show some support. And do you have a bit of a heads up about what exactly you'll be doing?
I don't know just yet.
Okay.
I have to put something together, so
Oh.
I'll figure that out.
Oh, all right, all right. Well, listen, good luck, my good friend. All right, I don't want to hold you up for too long, but
Yeah,
thank you for
I don't have much
announcing
time.
that. Thank you for
Thank
the
you.
announcement.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you.
follow Zeepak. All right, he'll be on Michael Cohen's show tonight. All right, this is what he said, and so hopefully we can all go there and show him some support. All right. That's what it's about, getting the truth out. All right, all right, all right. Now I got to get to her. You know where you at, Tiffany? Yeah, there you go. I'm so sorry to keep you waiting. All right. Good morning, Tiffany. How are you doing?
Good morning, Zeus.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to the kingdom.
How are we doing in the Triple H kingdom?
Oh, we're doing just fine. Winning as usual. Making
Yes.
sure Snuggles understands that I want my steaks. Right.
Yes, definitely. If you feel so inclined, one or two of the audios. I haven't heard you do the cars and the smoke in a long time.
Oh well, listen. it
Well,
takes a
save it
while.
for
to-
next time. Save it for-
okay, next time. I got you next time.
Okay,
You're right.
sounds good. First of all, Keisha, that was amazing. Love the song.
Yeah.
Secondly, I just want to come in here. Did you notice I updated my profile picture?
Yes, I did. I
Okay.
did. You-
I don't know if you can put. I would have to have the actual picture. Anyway, I just want to say, Dream Crusher, aka what's his
clickbait, trash bait.
trash bait, right?
Yeah.
There was some dissension earlier in the comments about my previous picture, which had a filter.
Oh.
Okay. First of all, don't worry about it, Dream Crusher. Yeah, I can see you do crush a lot of dreams. Okay. This is me with a face beat with no filter, babe. So I know you're really pressed, but babe, the face card doesn't decline. Okay.
Wow. Did you say pressed or did you say oppressed? Which one is it? You took the O, you took the O off of it?
He's pressed and obsessed. Okay. And listen,
Trash
at least
bait,
I
grow
don't.
up.
At least, and this is not short shaming. Okay, it's only when you have trash opinions like trash bait when I do this.
Yeah.
Listen, don't be mad because you need a step stool to reach the top of the fridge, babe. Okay, and if you want to go, and again, you in struggles, save your money. Stop donating to Trump, okay? Because you're doing it for the OnlyFans, babe. Struggle noodles.
You're crushing those blueberries. I have never seen. I mean, listen, Ange and you. I don't know how you do it, but listen, you're just bring them out.
Yeah.
You just get them.
So Zeus, you're
Talk to
Triple
me.
H.
Yes.
MAGA is Triple F, which is flaccid, flailing, and fragile.
Wow.
punching the air. Y'all are unhinged every time. Who was it the other? Oh God, Jason yesterday. And I'm completely deaf in one ear, and Jason was spitting all over the camera yesterday on his phone.
Nasty.
How deplorable was he yesterday?
He was disgusting. They never can control that MAGA demon, right? It just unleashes the worst of them right here on TikTok.
It's something. They're unhinged.
Yeah. Wow.
So on this Friday.
Yes.
MAGA, you just got to do better. And I saw some women. Oh, who was it? Snow Fox too, talking a lot of dissension in the comments. Snow Fox, get in the box, babe. Get in the box.
Is Snow Fox in here still? Yeah,
I don't know.
She's doing a lot of nasty work out there in the comment section, and she needs to stop it.
And
Seriously.
conservative Democrats, he's been losing it today too.
Oh,
extra salty tears. We know how that goes. So I'm gonna land there. But DM me, Dream Crusher, if you want the link, okay? Because I charge for pics, babe. So if you want to see him, let me know. All right.
Well, he says he's a millionaire, so you know he got the bag, right? You know he got the bag.
He's a millionaire.
He says he is multi.
Oh, and I just thought of this really quick. I just coined this term earlier. They're spreading it wide with pride for MAGA. MAGA spreading it wide with pride.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Love you guys. Thank you
All
for the
right.
dance. Have a good day, Zeus. Love you guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Tiffany. What did you say, Ange? What did you say? His truck got you? Ooh, Ange, keep it clean. His truck got you feeling a certain type of way? Ooh. Where, you know, I gotta leave y'all alone today. I'm trying to stay saved out here. All right, y'all gonna get me going. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. All right, good morning. We have, Rick, you didn't want to come in the box. Oh, Rick, where did you go? Where did you go, Rick? I thought you had something you wanted to bring up and talk to Zeus about. Rick, come on, Rick, where did you go? Don't go. You know, send another guest request. All right. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. I got my good friend, Nutty Professor. Good morning, Nutty. How are you doing?
Not to mention, and you know his truck is black. So just saying.
Ain't that something? He got a black truck, big as all get out, right?
It's black. It's a black truck.
I just don't get that part.
I'm not saying this. I'm just saying. So,
he basically, you know the way my mind works, right? He basically trying to say, I got what Zeus got. That's how I take. That's kind of something like I feel like he's trying to diss me, right?
why did you take my mind there? But he doesn't. We all know this. I mean, you remember Gary Coleman. What you talking about, Willis? You remember Gary Coleman, right?
Yeah.
He ain't even got what Gary Coleman had. So it's whatever. So anyway, happy Good Friday.
Happy Good Friday.
Rest in peace to Louis Gossett Jr., who passed away this morning.
Oh, really?
A legend in the acting world.
Wow.
But Takesha's a fool. Takesha is a fool.
She got it. She got it honest, right? She got a lot of talent.
Listen, that is talent to be able to come up with something so funny yet accurate.
Yeah. And she got it out of the bar, she said. So I'm like, wow, for you to go in a space like that and not even sin, wow.
We're laughing at it because it's funny, especially in her delivery.
Yeah.
But listen to the words. She's very, very accurate.
Yeah. Very good job, Takesha.
And so here's another thing. So Zeus, I think you got nutty deranged syndrome.
Nutty.
Yeah. Let me tell you why. No, wait, hold on.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, please go ahead.
Let me tell you why. Okay. Because every time our queens, like Miss Boss Diva or Miss Straight Facts, every time they pay you a compliment, who do you automatically think of? You automatically think of me. Why is that, Zeus?
Well, the hate, you know, remember? You don't remember all the
brother,
hate that you were spewing in the comment section?
Brother, I don't have hate for you. You my brother. I love you.
Oh, well, I know that, but when it comes to, you know, the features that come with being Zeus, right? You know how that makes you feel. You know, you be feeling a certain type of way. I mean, it's understandable, Nutty. All right, listen, I get it. And like I've said to you before, jealousy is a sign of weakness.
It is. That's why I'm so not jealous.
Oh, you are. I mean, okay, you ain't jealous?
No, sir. No, sir.
Well, why did you come up with that nasty thing like nutty derangement syndrome? I mean,
because every time they pay you a compliment, you always evoke the name of Nutty.
Oh, is anyone thinking about little old Nutty out there?
Listen. I think several of your guests have already said it. Let me stop acting up here. Several of your guests have already said it. I think Shay said it best because I was going to say the same thing. We have four ex-Democratic presidents alive. We have one current Democratic president. We have one former Republican president that is mum's the word. George W. Bush is not going to support Donald Trump. Wow. It's sad when you think, so if y'all can go take
wait a second. Back. Chuck, you think Nutty's pretty cute? All right, I'll let you have that, Nutty. All right.
No, thank you, Chuck. If y'all go back to the time of the presidency of W, and we're talking
wait, this is serious, Nutty. No. Sorry, Nutty. Chuck got nutty derangement syndrome, and for you to just do that.
God's gonna get you.
No, man, I'm just trying to say, Hey, man, I mean, if somebody got that nutty derangement syndrome, you gotta be a lot nicer to them, bro. I mean, serious.
You making me lose my thought.
Hey,
Okay, breathe.
Chuck, don't worry, I got your back, Chuck. All right, all right.
Yeah,
I'm
he
trying to help
does
him
have your back, Chuck. So, if y'all take your mind back to 2000, when W came into office,
Talk to him.
all
All
right,
right.
in 2000,
Mm.
we had 9/11 happen. We had
Right.
a bunch of things happen.
Mm.
When W got done with his presidency, his 8-year term,
Right.
we were obviously saying that was the worst president, one of the worst presidents in history.
Yes,
And
I
then
remember that.
Here comes Donald Trump saying, "Hey, George, hold my beer."
Right.
He didn't say hold my beer. He said hold my everything because I'm gonna show you up. Because George W. Bush is looking pretty doggone good to us. Like if we have to have a Republican president again, we don't mind George W.
Right.
After
I
having
mean,
I'm saying
yeah.
after having a Donald Trump.
I give it to. I mean, yeah. Even though he lied to the country about those weapons of mass destruction, right?
I agree. I agree.
Nine.
And here's another thing. Your friends. Oh, and by the way, I was in Michael Cohen's live when Z-Pac was there. He crushed it.
Yeah, good job,
He crushed
Z-Pac.
it. So y'all please do tune in because he's gonna bring it again. Michael Cohen was very impressed. That's why he invited him back.
Nice.
But so here's the thing, because my bell has long since gone off.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. He's not going to endorse Donald Trump because even though he was a bad president himself, the one thing that I can feel free in saying is that he did love the country.
Bingo.
He did love the country. Like Liz Cheney said yesterday, America can survive bad policy. We cannot survive another Trump presidency.
Agreed. I completely agree.
Now, I don't agree with her with the bad policy in which she was talking about because she was talking about Biden's policy.
Right.
Because we are all thriving under Biden, including herself. So
Amen.
I will continue this tomorrow and let someone else come up in the kingdom because you made me lose my thought.
Yeah.
You made me lose my thought.
Well,
you have a great Good Friday, my friend.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Brother Nutty. I would say no lies detected, but we can't say that after that exchange we just had. All right. And Nutty, please do better. Folks out here that do got nutty derangement syndrome, please be a little kinder. All right, my good friend. All right, you can learn a lot from Zeus. All right, there's 3 H's for a reason, and the middle one, humility. You should get a little humility about yourself, Nutty. All right. Now let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. Who do we got? Good morning, Rick.
How you doing there, Mr. Zeus?
Hey, I'm all right. You're back. All right. You dropped last time, but I guess maybe that was technical difficulties, huh?
Yeah, I was looking at something else, and then I heard you call my name. It was too late.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, hopefully we get some clarity, all right? So I got some questions for you, and then you get your 3 minutes, all right?
Okay.
First question. Do you believe the 2020 election was rigged?
You don't remember me, do you?
No.
You asked me that before.
Oh,
I was the one that was a veteran, 24-year veteran of the U.S. Air Force.
Oh, okay.
And I told you that my brother was a Trump supporter. Me and him got into an argument.
Oh, okay, I do. Well, why am I not following you, Rick? Oh my goodness.
That's okay.
Well, thank you for your service. All right. Well, let's just skip that part, all right, and get straight into it. What do you got for us this bright?
Well, I'm upset at the system this morning because as you look at the system, the judicial system, especially how Trump is playing the judicial system, and then he sits around and says that it's a 2-tier system.
Yeah.
But me as a black man in America, yeah, you're right. It's a 2-tier system, but not the way you see it.
Yeah.
It's benefiting you, but it's not me.
Right.
No. And a lot of things that people don't understand too is, I don't know if a lot of people recall back in when Trump was running for office, you always ask the people about his policies. And David Axelrod was on CNN, and he said, if you have a conversation with Trump about policies, that conversation will last less than a minute.
No lies detected, because we all know what is Trump's policy. I'll tell you what it is. The only thing important is Trump. That's this policy.
No, his policy is to destroy America,
Well,
a
that's
country which
part of
I feel
making
was
Trump
free.
happy. That's part of
Yeah,
making him happy.
that's why
Okay.
I can't tolerate veterans. They say they support this man, and he talks about veterans like he does.
That's
I
why.
don't
Well,
understand that.
do you have problem referring to veterans who support Trump as traitors? Do you have a problem doing that?
No, they traitors, they treasonous, whatever you want to call them, negative. They
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because I swore to the same Constitution that they did,
Yeah.
and I understand that what that Constitution actually mean,
Mm. See
and
what I
it acts
mean?
a whole lot.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, what do you think is causing them to be so radicalized behind this guy? What has Donald Trump done to them?
Well, you got to understand one thing. People always think about when you join the military, they think you become straight as an arrow and stuff like that. But keep in mind, these same people came from the civilian population with their same thoughts through the military. This is when they got to the military, those thoughts. Trump has just allowed people to be more free to express themselves the way they really feel, to what they really feel. That's how I see it.
Right.
You know. But anyway, I'm gonna get off my bandwagon, sir. It was nice to talk to you. Hopefully, you
All right.
remember me in the
Yeah,
future.
yeah, yeah. I gave you a follow. Definitely, my good friend. All right. And thank you, as always, for having the courage and conviction. All right. To get in the box and tell the truth. All right. Please continue to come on back. All right. We need to make sure we keep hearing from you, my good friend. All right.
Take care, sir.
All
Have a
right.
good Easter.
You too. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to Brother Rick. Thank you for your services. Oh, now there's a MAGA demon out there. All right, there's a MAGA demon. Oh, 90 followers. Listen, Troy Keller, listen, do me a favor and sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. All right, you just might learn something. All right, good morning, Brother Attacking. How are you doing, my good friend?
I am doing very well. Let me pull something up really quick.
Uh-oh. Are you going to be kind to MAGA or is it gloves off Attacking? Which one is it?
A little bit of both.
Oh, okay.
2007, a bridge collapse under Bush.
Oh.
421 votes said yes on a bill to rebuild it.
Oh.
Fox News, any other organization didn't attack George Bush for saying that the federal government's going to pay for it.
Oh, Jason!
2 years later, you got a bridge. For these people to attack Joe Biden, to say that it was a terrorist attack, to say it was caused by so-called illegal immigrants, as they like to say, which is a horrible phrase. For them to say that to attack him for any reason.
They're saying that he shouldn't be using the government's money to pay for it.
Exactly.
Right?
They shouldn't be using the government money to pay for it. But the thing is this. Again, just like the Exxon Valdez in Alaska that crashed, it took almost like 15, 20 years for that litigation to end. And for the funds to be dished out from the insurance and from the company. That's what's going to happen with this here. It's going to take multiple years for the legal system to work and pan out. And for you people to attack Joe Biden, President Biden, on wanting to take care of this immediately shows your hypocrisy at its utmost peak.
Exactly.
You don't care that it's fixed. You just want to use it and say, "Oh, look what Joe Biden did." If he didn't do it, you would complain.
Yeah,
he's
Eric.
doing it, so you're complaining. You called him out about Hawaii. They did what he could to do with Hawaii. You guys are so far up Trump's rear end that it doesn't matter what the issue is.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what the issue is. It's because it's a Democratic president, Joe Biden, who literally is doing more stuff in the 3.5 years he's been in office than Trump did his 4 years. Oh, I'm sorry, for 3 years. Because he played golf 1 full year.
Oh.
340 days at a cost to the taxpayer, of $185 million. But then you bitch about Barack Obama playing 227 days in 8 years.
Got that attacking.
Yeah, I know. I slipped. When are you guys going to start thinking about the United States and the American people instead of Trump?
Yeah.
You people have nothing to do but complain.
Tell them.
You never have any facts or information. You fake Christians, you fake Trump lovers, you fake people. You are sick. You're disgusting human beings.
Exactly.
You don't ever come up in Zeus's broadcast and bring evidence or facts to anything that's being said. You definitely don't come into my broadcast. I don't get anybody coming up to me except for guys mouthing off, just saying whatever they want to say without holding a conversation.
Yep.
You guys are horrible individuals. I have literally offered you money on this platform, my platform, and other platforms to give me proof to what Donald Trump has claimed about the stolen election. And you guys still don't do it.
None, because they don't have any proof.
Ever. You never proved me. You could literally, if you had the proof, you could embarrass me to where I would never come on broadcast again, because here you show me facts, and I say, well, I'll give you $5,000, and you show me something, and then all of a sudden, I don't pay off. Well, that puts egg on my face for everybody who follows me. You guys could literally own me. You could own me by doing it, and you don't.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Tell
I
'em.
heard my bell.
All right.
Quit being hypocrites. We need to fix the bridge. We need to take care of what happened. If it was a hurricane, it's the same difference.
Yep.
It's a different issue. All
Tell
right,
him.
buddy.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Brother Attacking. Mr. Nice Guy, why should I, number one, consider forgiving you? I'm not quite sure why Zeus should forgive you. All right, but you need to work that out between you and your good Lord and Savior, Mr. Nice Guy. All right.
Oh,
Good morning,
God.
Ange.
Good morning. Why is he here? Oh, Jesus. Anyway, don't forgive him, Zeus. Don't do it.
Something. The spirit is on him. I guess he must have done something.
I mean,
really
I don't know.
terrible.
It's on you, but because you're a great guy. But I would say, you know what. But anyway,
Jess.
guys, listen. You gotta
Talk to him.
These are like a pack of hyenas out here lately. I mean, Zeus, these people are insufferable. Can I tell you about a demon yesterday?
Talk to
And
him. Let's
I
talk.
can't even crush blueberries because it was a woman.
Wow.
Okay, this woman had the same skin tone as myself.
Okay. Right.
She had the nerve to say that under the Obama administration that she felt oppressed.
What?
Zeus, they say these things.
Wow.
They literally say these things. So my girls from the kingdom, we had Miss Morningstar and we had Wakanda and some others. I tried to talk to her. A wonderful woman named Sunrise has been coming in a lot. She
Okay.
talked over them. I hit
Wow.
Zeus. I had to just keep my finger on mute. This woman, no home training, as Ms.
Right.
Morningstar would say.
Right.
Probably 100 times I had to mute this woman to just let our friends talk, to just try to educate her. Then she goes on, she goes on to disrespect our veterans.
Wow.
G-Man, I don't know if you're in here, but she had the nerve to disrespect G-Man. He sat and he listened to her talk down on our military. For 10 minutes, he sat there quietly.
Wow.
And then I tried to let him speak, and over and over and over and over, I had to keep muting her. These people are out of control. My lives are getting flagged, even though I'm being kind. It's just, guys, for real. You got to be careful out there. These people, they're out for blood, and they're ignorant. They're coming up. Some woman, I asked her what policy that she liked, because she said she liked Trump. You know what she said? Of course, she went, border. I said, that's not a policy.
Yeah.
So then we get into the conversation about how there is the border package out there. And Zeus, she didn't know who Mike Johnson was.
What?
She didn't even know whose speaker Mike Johnson was.
You see the problem here, right? So the demon has hijacked her mind completely.
Yes.
No control over herself.
There's no control, and they don't want to be educated. I'm having people in my lives try to calmly talk to these people and educate them. They don't want to listen. I'm not going to give up. Okay, Zeus,
Yeah.
I'm not the type, I'm not going to give up.
Yeah.
But it's slowing me down a little bit. I had to take a little bit of time last night off and just go to bed early.
Yeah.
Because it was a long live. But they're not going to open their minds to education. Some of them, if you find some that are willing to listen, guys, again, we need the independent vote.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell them, Ange.
You need to open your home. Oh, look at Ange. You need to open your home to migrants. Here's the thing, Dale. I'm glad you brought that up. I would rather have them than you.
Oh.
Because I can tell you right now, you are just a white male conservative piece of trash. That's what you are. That's what you all are. You're all the one. Quick story. So my son, he has to move. They raised the rent on his apartment, his whatever. So he and his friends are going to move. So guess what? We find out the landlord is going to be renting to some migrants so they can do some work here.
Yeah.
You know what? My son, even though he has to move, he's happy.
Wow.
He was happy to hear
Wow.
where this apartment is going to go to, because they're going to come here and they're going to do the work that these lazy butt people they don't want to do. The Americans want to cry, all you, especially you conservative men. And I get no money and blah, 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 the eggs and the gas and the blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what?
Sick.
Aren't you the party of pull yourself up by the bootstraps? And Biden has created so many jobs. There's no excuse for you to not get out there. So our immigrants are coming here and they're doing the goddamn work that you won't do.
Tell them, Ange.
I said goddamn on good.
You're
I'm
crushing
sorry.
blueberries. I get
my
it.
apologies. But
I
I'm
get
telling you, you got to be more inclusive, and you just won't. You have hate in your heart. And I may sound hateful right now, but that's because I'm sick of you guys treating people like animals, which is what your leader calls them. He calls human beings animals.
Sick.
So, anyway,
Tell
I'm
them,
done.
Ange. All right.
I love you, Kingdom. I'm out.
All right. We love you too. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Ange, one of the strongest blueberry crushers on the app. If not the strongest. Good to see you raise him to lay down. Eric. See, I just had to send you a guest request. I want you to come up here and clarify that disgusting statement you just made, Eric. Be a man for once in your life, Eric. See, I sent you a guest request. And guess what? Like Snuggles, you're too scared to get in the box, Eric. See, you talk tough, right? Because, see, that's what Donald Trump taught you. When it's time to disrespect and disparage women, gloves off, do whatever you want, like Donald Trump is doing to the judge's daughter, Eric. You see the problem, Eric? You're not a man. You are possessed with the MAGA demon, and you are really on your way to hell, Eric. Do something better, Eric. Do better with your life. You are scared. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. You should be able to live your life with happiness, just like all of us, but you're scared. Because guess what? The moment you say the truth to Donald Trump, that's sure you know what. All right? So, Eric, cut it out. Seriously. Seriously, you and the rest of your MAGA demon friends. Yeah, I'm cooking today. Good morning.
Did you say I was afraid to come in the box?
Yeah.
I'm absolutely not afraid to come in this box.
Okay, well, you might.
You have all utterly.
You might
total
believe
lies.
that. You might believe that.
Right. There are zero convictions. You guys are still stuck on Donald Trump being some sort of criminal. You haven't even convicted him.
Oh, really?
Zero.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to
let me
hang up
ask
on
you-
me now? Because I'm winning?
Well, I'll
And you've
give
proved nothing?
No. Here's the thing.
What?
I will continue to talk to you if you
Yes.
can tell the truth to some of the.
I have told the truth.
No,
Is
no,
he
no,
convicted?
I got-
Is there
I got
any
some-
convictions? You haven't even answered me.
Oh, listen. You're kind of getting out of bounds, Snuggle. So let's. stick
Right.
to-
Well, you can't
Can
answer the
you-
question.
So the first question is, what's going on? Can you give us the latest update with the impeachment inquiry into President Biden? What's the latest with that? And be honest.
It's coming. It's coming. The Senate has to bring it forth. It's up to the Senate in a couple of days. Don't worry, next week sometime.
So has he been impeached yet?
He hasn't been impeached. It takes a process, like you said. You said with Donald Trump, it takes time. I'm going without the way you've been teaching your fans. But I see you still talking about January 6th.
So you said 0 convictions.
Why didn't?
Can you stop saying 0 convictions?
Yeah, because those are the facts.
No.
Donald, you haven't convicted Donald Trump.
No, Snuggles, it takes time.
You lost a couple lawsuits.
Okay, see, so that's strike 1, Snuggles.
Sure. I'm just asking you, why haven't you talked about the troops that were supposed to be sent out for January 6th? You guys still ignoring that?
You're talking.
You keep talking about January 6th, but yet they were supposed to have troops there. Donald Trump on January 3rd said we need 10,000 troops. Are you going to ignore that? Like all you Democrats?
Are you talking about the National Guard?
Yeah, the National Guard.
That's different.
Why didn't you have the National Guard there? Why don't you guys talk about that? It was requested on January 3rd. Watch my videos. See, you bring up attacking here, and you bring up everybody.
Snuggles.
I know you're going to just.
No. I want you to mute. Show me the evidence to back up what you're talking about, or it's over, bro. If you don't got the evidence on you right now,
come to my live. I'll show you the evidence.
So Snuggles, you don't have any evidence, huh?
My live is next.
Oh, okay. Guess what, ladies
I'll
and gentlemen?
bring the evidence.
Okay.
Struggle bubbles.
Get him out of here.
Struggle pancakes.
He didn't have any evidence.
Struggle in the way. Yeah. He's a struggler.
Ladies and gentlemen, see, that's Mr. Nice Guy's mentor right there. And I bring him up sometimes so that people know who this character is on TikTok. Snuggles is a strongly demented, strongly delusioned Trump supporter who has been taken over. His mind has been hijacked by the MAGA demon. All right. He lives in the basement with his mother. All right. And he's struggling to understand why he doesn't have a 401k anymore because he gave all that money to Donald Trump. Snuggles runs a university on TikTok called Snuggles University, where folks like clickbait and trashbait are currently enrolled. They're trying to get their PhD in misinformation and disinformation, all right? And Snuggles, he got his PhD from Trump University, all right? So they're openly promoting their lack of understanding on TikTok. I mean, Snuggles is really proud that he has a PhD from Trump University. And like I said, you'll never see this anywhere else except for TikTok. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for bearing with me. But unfortunately, Snuggles, come close to the camera, Snuggles. I got some bad news, bro. Come close, Snuggles. You're not winning. You're losing, bro. You look sick, man. You look sick. Grow up. You're pretty much eligible to retire, Snuggles. And you still believe in Donald Trump. At what point does the light bulb turn on? Seriously. If you were 5 or 6 years old, Snuggles, I'd give you a pass for believing in the Tooth Fairy. I mean, believing in Donald Trump and his lies. I'd give you a pass. But at this age, bro, cut it out. Seriously. And that goes to all of you other MAGA demons out there. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. All right, let's move it along. I'm trying to have a good show and move on, but we can't when we got liars like Snuggles hovering around the kingdom. Good morning, Mr. Fuzzard. How are you doing, my good friend?
Oh, good, sir. How are you this afternoon?
I'm all right. It's Friday. You know what we do.
Yeah, actually, Snuggles' introduction there couldn't be any better for what I want to talk about. I want to talk about January 6th. And let's debunk a little more about January 6th.
Thank you.
Right then and there, he was talking about the troops. Well, let's start off with Donald Trump. You play the audio all the time. I ordered the troops. Well, if you can't order them, then how did he order them?
Bingo.
That's pretty simple. And then he talks about why didn't they accept the troops to on January 3rd? It's going to be a peaceful protest on the ellipse. Peaceful protest. Who needs the National Guard for a peaceful protest on the ellipse 2 miles away? So why would we need them?
Right.
And this point I'm going to take from Michi. I don't know if people know who Michi is. I'm sure some people do. She's another creator on here.
Yes.
She's a MAGA that has found the light, and she's wonderful. This is her idea. I took this one from her. Mike Johnson, Speaker Mike Johnson, show us that the Speaker of the House has the power. Deploy the troops. Just show us. Put it to bed. Just deploy them someplace. Just show us. And it would be that simple. That would end it. But while we're talking about Speaker of the House, things are going to keep progressing. GOP are going to start continuing to give up their seats.
Right.
And you know what? Speaker Joaquin Jeffries.
Let's
Sounds
go.
awful good.
Tell them, Buzzer, they don't get it.
They're dropping out. They're literally saying, we can't stay in this party no more. We got to give up seats. And that's what's going to happen. Before this session is over, this could very well happen.
Yeah.
And now I want to talk about a live I was in last night real quick. The racism. I was in one very late last night. It was actually after DJ's.
Oh,
And-
wow.
Yeah, it was
DJ,
late.
Shout out to DJ. I see you, brother.
Yeah, I see him in here. You guys follow him, DJ Craze. If you're not, he has a lot of fun lives late night.
Yes, please follow DJ Craze. DJ Craze, can you put something in the chat so they can see who you are? This is where we hang out in the after hours, ladies and gentlemen, on TikTok. All right.
Definitely, and we do have a lot of fun in that. But I was in a live. It was actually Crow's live. Last night we were watching HVAC and Live to Be Great do a debate, but that went south because HVAC is HVAC. And this woman came up in the live, and she was called out for who she is. She's a white woman, told a black man that he should go into sundown cities and have conversations.
What?
This woman's name, and she was 10 toes down in saying it. She's like, yeah, I said that, and he should.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
he should
wow.
be extending the olive branch to sundown cities and go have conversations with those people because they're not that bad.
So her mind has completely been hijacked because I refuse to believe. How old was this knucklehead? How old do you think this knucklehead was?
I'm guessing she was probably in her late 30s, early
Too old.
40s.
So no excuses. At that age, you got to already be able to think critically and know how life works. So for her to say something like that and basically require black folks to put themselves in danger, in harm's way, reveals just how ignorant and foolish this knucklehead is. This is why we don't allow these Trump supporters to be victims around us.
It's sad that it really is still that much ignorance out there.
Yeah.
It really is. But and last but not least, and I'll let someone else come up. GOP, you are fire trucking and finding out. You're messing with women and their bodies.
Yep.
You mess with it and they're speaking up.
Yep.
Kansas spoke up, Ohio spoke up, and now Alabama has spoken up. They want their freedoms. And you know what? It's unconstitutional that women in California can have more freedoms than women in Texas. And with that, Zeus, I am going to leave.
All right. Well,
have a
thank
good
you,
Easter,
brother.
everyone. Everyone enjoy your weekend, and we'll
right.
talk to you later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Buzzer. No lies detected. I mean, this is sad. I mean, you know, as much time as we spend covering what the MAGA men are up to, the MAGA women, you know, it's just alarming to hear some of the stories that I'm hearing. All right, I mean, wow. You know what they say, right? Misery loves company. And I'm starting to get the picture. That's what's going on with MAGA and the MAGA couples. Two miserable knuckleheads living together, doing demonic things. All right. Let's continue this conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Eddie. How are you?
Hey, how you doing, Zeus?
All right. This is our first time talking, right?
No, a few times.
Oh,
But see, the problem is you're so popular, you forget all your followers.
Oh my God! Well, I wasn't following you. All right. Well, listen, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You really are popular. And then, you know, the MAGA, they try to get Trump and Hunter, and they can't get them on nothing, anything. And they don't let it go. I mean, it's at the point of asinine.
Yeah.
You know, they're never going to impeach him. They can't get him on nothing, but it's like the little roach that keeps coming out of the wall. You can't. It's a hopeless case, really.
Yeah.
Did you see the Pink Floyd concert?
No, I didn't see the Pink Floyd concert.
God,
What happened?
dude. Oh, you're gonna love this. Pink Floyd, Roger Waters, he's an icon.
Right.
He's doing a world tour on stage, huge sold out crowds everywhere he goes. He started his world tour on the stage, 40 feet high. In the back of the stage, he has it all lit up at every concert, and it says Trump is a pig.
Thank you.
Zeus, when Roger Waters does this at all his concerts,
Yeah.
I even got to say, when he goes into the MAGA areas and does that, because Waters is such an icon, even the MAGA is going to look up to him.
Wow.
He will swing. He's like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
He will swing a lot of votes over.
Yeah.
He's been talking to some MAGA and said, "You love my music." They idolize this man like you wouldn't believe.
Right.
And he goes, "Do not vote for Trump. Do not do this to me."
Thank you.
And when he tells the MAGA in crowds or in person, he leaves these people, these fans, these MAGA fans, dumbfounded with their mouths hanging open. They idolize him so much, they don't even know what to do.
Well, they should do the right thing. Like, what he said, dude. Don't vote for Donald Trump. Simple.
Exactly. That's all they got to do. And he'll swing votes. Him and Swift are doing an excellent job, and I love it.
Yeah.
But, another thing on Trump, the MAGA, they go, "Oh, he's not in jail yet. He hasn't been charged. The man is going broke." He's got 3 criminal cases coming up: the document case, the hush money case, the federal election interference case. Over 80 criminal felony charges the man is facing.
Tell him.
And they literally think this man's going to be safe. Not even the king of Egypt can be saved at this level. It's over.
No
it's
lies
really
detected.
And this is a fact. It's a fact. It's just, if you want to go to work, drive to work or whatever, I'm at home. I got to leave in a few minutes.
Okay.
If you want to get a good laugh, then laugh all the way to work.
Right.
That was, yeah. But just for that, if you want a good laugh on the way to work, just look at what the MAGA says on a daily basis. It's so childish and pathetic.
It is. You're spot on. You really are spot on. Nothing MAGA says, actually, if you listen to it, it makes absolutely no sense and shows just how ridiculous they are, right?
It is. They're at the point of no return. They don't have any cause. They don't have any backbone. There's nothing they'll be able to do. But hey, I'm going to go to work in a little while. I think I'm going to pick up another Pink Floyd CD.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, Eddie, thank you so much for coming to the show. All right, I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Brother Eddie.
Talk to you again.
All right, keep up the good work. And so sorry I don't remember, all right? But
No, it's okay. I don't blame you. Everyone's following you. That's why.
Oh, my God. I guess that's what it is. All right. Well, listen, thank you.
All right, thanks, man. Take care.
You too. All right. I got to bring up my good friend Cece. Oh my God! Listen, I know I'm staying a little late because I kind of went long in my monologue. So I'm so sorry for holding you all up here. All right, if you got to go, I understand. Good morning, Cece.
Good morning, Hanson.
Wakanda, I see you.
How are you today, honey?
I'm all right. Just another day in the kingdom. Happy Friday, right?
Happy Good Friday to you.
All right. Now, folks are saying you need to keep it clean. Have you been out there being a little naughty, Cece?
No, not lately.
Okay. I was just a little curious.
No, because if I want to get up in there and get ugly, they'll get rid of me. So
Okay,
I
fair
just
enough.
I just sit back and I just take it all in. But I was in Felix.
Oh. He blocked Zeus. He says he blocked me.
Oh, he
and
did?
and Heaven. He yeah. I'm working on him, but yeah, please continue. I don't.
You know what I found disturbing the other night?
Talk to him. Talk to me.
They were calling Kamala something I don't even want to say it.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do Does everybody know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they were referring to her genitalia region, right? The
Uh-huh.
genitalia.
I have never been so disgusted in all of my life. Here you have men who have wives, who have daughters, sisters, and then to call out that name and you sit back and you laugh, you think it's funny. I called him out on it. Shame. Shame on you.
Shame!
Shame on you, Felix. Shame on you.
Wow.
And something else that I found
Was he in there?
disturbing.
Was he in there with those Russian bears that call themselves Christians? Or was he
No. He gets these really crazy MAGAs in there with him. I mean, they just go. They're crazy. They just go crazy and they scream and yell. But
Just
I don't know if Ange talked about this because I had a phone call, but I wanted to talk a second about the situation with the bridge.
the
And
bridge. Oh,
I got so upset because this bridge is close to me.
yeah.
This bridge is a very busy bridge.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking over 30,000 people per day
Yeah.
that
It's a lot.
travel. And for them to sit there and say this was intentional, that Biden was behind it, that it was a Chinese-run company and it's not, it's
Wow.
from Singapore.
Wow.
If it was
Jesus.
intentional, why would they not hit that bridge when these people were going to work that morning to really make a statement? And another thing,
Get him,
let me
Cece.
say this. Every single one of those men on that bridge were immigrants. They were
Wow.
immigrants. Because
Wow.
you sorry ass white men don't want to get out there and do the job. You think
Wow.
you're too damn good. Well, you're not. These men risked their lives.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's still some missing. It's sad, it's pitiful, and it makes me sick to think that those on the other side want to turn this into something political. And they do not want Biden to send any money at all.
Wow.
It makes me sick. This is a major port. A major port. And it's going to affect us, but not like it did with C. Because
Yeah.
there's other ports they can go to. But, I'm disgusted with some of the
Yeah.
stuff.
You know what?
Calling
Someone
women-
said. They
calling
said this is
women-
the race baiting. Hold on, Cece. You know what? I am a race baiting tycoon. You're right. I can race bait whatever I want. You know what you need to do? Don't you type another thing in my comment section, you MAGA demon.
People are sick, Zeus, aren't
They're
they?
sick.
I mean, the sickness. If November, we just got out of winter, but I'm waiting for winter again. I
Yeah.
want this over with. I want to show these MAGA rats what we are about.
Get him, Cece.
We're not playing. You're
Send-
done, MAGA rats. You're done.
Get him, Cece.
Thank you, honey.
All right, thank you. No. Sometimes you gotta have those tough conversations. I get it. We are a lot. Cece, to be quite honest, I know you're a very nice person. You're a very nice woman. Very beautiful. One of the most beautiful out here.
Thank you.
But it's a
sweetie.
sad day in America when we have to engage in constant warfare with these MAGA demons because they refuse to accept the truth.
Oh, Zeus, and they're going after one of our really good friends. I sent you a DM.
Okay, send me.
But what they're
All right.
doing
Okay.
is just okay. So
All right,
I
thank
sent
you. I'll check
a
that
about it.
DM. All right, thank you, Cece. All right.
All right, honey, you have a good weekend, and
All right,
as
you too.
always, you're as handsome as ever. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Cece. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Cece.
Thank you guys for the clue.
Yeah. You see, MAGA, the jig is up. There's nobody. Listen, there's some MAGA demons out there right now in the audience. All right. And I like to ask this question here and there just so that MAGA can understand what's going to happen this November. So I'm going to ask it again. Yeah. Mr. AZZ Kicker. I'm going to call you AZZ Trash Man. All right. Is there anybody in the audience forcing Donald Trump and his supporters to stay in the United States? Anyone out there forcing MAGA to stay in the United States? All right. I'm going to look at the answers to see what the answers are. Okay, look at this. Look at this. You see this, MAGA? Everyone that says no is a vote for Joe Biden. And everyone that says yes is a vote for Donald Trump, right? So MAGA, let this be a sign. Let this be a sign about what's going to happen this November. There's going to be an astronomical number of people voting for Joe Biden and voting to make sure Donald Trump is convicted. Donald Trump is going to be convicted and sentenced faster than your head can blink, MAGA. And when it's all said and done, it's going to be a sweep that you definitely are going to feel like it was rigged. I want you to feel like it was rigged because the way it's going, it's looking real nasty. Snuggles is out there telling you that you're winning. And when you see what happens this November, when the American people put Joe Biden back in the office and send Donald Trump to prison, you're going to be left dumbfounded. You're going to go, wow, I sent Donald Trump everything that I have. I even gave him my wife. I gave him my husband. I gave him my kids. And we still lost. Yeah. I want that to sink in for you seditionists, treasonous traitors. No one in the United States wants you here. Yeah. Laugh now, cry later. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. We got a couple of more panelists. All right. Levi, good morning, my good friend. Sorry to keep you waiting.
What's up, Zeus? How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm all right. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I finally have a weekday off to where I can come up and spread some truths.
Okay, go ahead. Talk to him.
You know, I'm originally from Baltimore, and I traveled over the Key Bridge many times, and like all the other Marylanders, the bridge means a lot to us. And it's just like, if it was anyone else's hometown and that happened to, they would want some help.
Yeah.
So I just want to thank President Biden for stepping his game up and being a leader.
Thank you.
He's showing a great display of leadership, taking control and being a great American like he is,
right,
and a great president.
Okay.
So I wanted to get that out of the way.
Thank you.
The second thing I want to talk about, it's Easter weekend, and these MAGA demons, they don't understand selling the Bible. Donald Trump selling the Bible goes against everything that book stands for.
Amen.
I just want to say this. When he was cheating on Ivana, his first wife, with Marlon Maples, he left Ivana and paid her $24 million in a divorce settlement.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
When he left, he got his mistress pregnant and then would not marry her. And this is Tiffany. She was pregnant with Tiffany. Would not marry her until she signed a prenup. Now, Miss Maples wanted a $24 million settlement if they were going to get divorced.
Wow.
This clown negotiated and said, "I'll give you $1 million." Now, she signed the prenup. They wound up getting married. Of course, they got a divorce because he cheated again.
Wow.
So you see a pattern here, right?
Yeah.
You see a pattern, and him speak. And don't take my word for it. I have words coming out of his mouth.
This is not fake news.
That's right.
Listen
it's on my
up,
page.
MAGA. Listen up, MAGA. We don't lie over here. We got other things to do besides lie.
Now, it might hurt feelings, but we're not about feelings. We're about facts, right?
Bingo. Absolutely. Cry harder, MAGA.
So then just a little history lesson about Donald Trump and relationships and how he has violated at least 2 of the commandments, right? And his supporters are violating the commandment of do not worship another god or an idol. And they are knee deep in this cult, and they are worshiping this man. It's disgusting, man. It's disgusting. Now, on the flip side of that, he went out and cheated on Melania.
Wow.
Well, after she had Barron with a corn star, man.
He has no kind of discipline. No discipline. None. Sick.
He can't keep his blueberries in where they belong, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And it is disgusting how these people that call themselves Christians, and this is Good Friday, man. This is Good Friday, and he comes out with an American flag, with the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and I wouldn't be surprised if he removed a name and put his name in there, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, right in the Bible, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's disgusting. But we got to get out. We got to get out the vote. And that's okay. We got to get out, and we got to make sure that he has a fair trial. When he's convicted, we hold him accountable to the full extent of the law. But first, Big Zeus.
Exactly.
We are on a mission.
Yes.
We're on a mission. And
yes.
The mission is to get to the ballot boxes in November and make sure that these MAGA demons never get in the White House again.
Thank you. They won't. Thank you.
We are the real patriots in this fight. We didn't attack the Capitol on January 6th. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He is 100% responsible. We need to make sure that he's held accountable in public. In public, we need to make sure he's in handcuffs, and he gets a 700 or 400 years or whatever he's facing on the 88 charges.
Put him away for a century at this point. I don't care.
At least. Yeah, that's right.
If he passes away while he's in there, you know what? Take him to where they're going to bury him and build a jail around it. Right?
That's right. That's right. And make sure you put a cage around the casket. Make sure he can't, because that MAGA demon, sometimes, you just never know.
Yeah.
Just never know.
Thank you.
But I'm gonna end with this. I really appreciate what you're doing and everybody else on these lives.
Thank you, G-Man.
And
yeah.
Y'all are true patriots.
Thank you.
And when I took the oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that was a lifetime oath. And there's different ways to serve this country, and y'all are doing that, and y'all are real patriots in here.
Thank
you. I appreciate you all, and I love you all. I love this country, and I know you do too. And we just got to keep doing what we're doing.
Amen.
And when we get down a little bit, I'm here to pick you up, brother. You know
all right.
saying?
Yes, sir. All right, and thank
Love
you for your service as well. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up.
You're worth it.
To Brother Levi. All right, listen. Woo! It is now time to land the plane. Listen, Ange, are you going live, Ange? I'm wondering, are you still going live, Ange? I mean, I've kind of eaten up into some of the time you sometimes go on the live, but if not, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? We're going to have to wrap up this special broadcast at around 3 o'clock. All right, Ange, all right? If there's anyone going live after this, I was going to tell folks to, carry on with the conversation that way. All right, well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, it's 3 o'clock Eastern time, all right? That's 12 o'clock here on the West Coast. All right, so listen, ladies and gentlemen, I got to wrap it up and get to the other affairs in the kingdom, but I want to thank all of you for participating in one of the best and most exciting shows on TikTok. You all deserve a round of applause. I'm so sorry I didn't get to all of you. I really tried to stay a lot longer, but it's been, I gotta go. For the people who did come up, and even those I didn't get to, ladies and gentlemen, the panelists, let's give them a round of applause along with the gifters and the subscribers and the moderators, all right? You all do an outstanding job helping to keep this show exciting, educational, and entertaining, and I honestly wouldn't be able to do what I do without all of you. All right? Now, one last round of booze and shame. All right? And this goes out to all of the MAGA demons out there, the Trump supporters, right? Those so-called Christians, but they're fake Christians. Those so-called patriots, but they're criminals, they're seditionists, treasonous traitors. These fake TikTok hosts out here on social media peddling lies, misinformation and disinformation on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin. These are some Zeus haters. There are haters, our critics, and our detractors. Let's give them the final round of booze and shame. Get them out of here. The Snuggles.
Struggle pancakes, struggle honey buns, struggle in the way. Yeah, he's a struggler.
Get him out of here. Some sick individuals, all right? And you all need to repent and get professional help. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. That was 3 hours. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. That's one for the history books, ladies and gentlemen.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus.
Thank you, Nathan Bond.
Talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus.
Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Emma, Honey Girl, all right, Mystica, Wanda, Slickers Rick, Idaho Gal, Damn Prime. Take care. Conservative Democrat, you need to repent. Lady Rima, Tiffany for the people. Goldstein, Politically Heard, Tony. Hey, Ginger, let's go. Swerve, I know you're out here somewhere. Jeffrey, 382 Jim, I don't want to date you, Jeff. You can join J Bear, all right? Y'all just lay there and burn. Queen Flea, let's go. Peace and lots. You're right, Tiffany, grab your goof. Evan, Straight Facts, Miss Boss Steve. Woo, we scored once again. Let's go. Mr. Cab.
This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus.
All right.
This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to
Worker Bros, all right.
Don't be playing
Daddy 01, all right, I got you. This Boss Steve, a DJ Kitty Cat. Tiffany, all right. Queen Flea, Nathan's Bomb, let's go.
Call me Zeus. I'm hotter than Hades and I'm burning down the roof.
You say you wanted facts, well, I'm Jeffrey. Thank you.
I gotta choose if you play around.
Thank you, Mary, all right.
I didn't make the game of rules.
Double up on it, Mary, let's go. Mickey Bean, I see you. Oh, Paulo. How you say your name, Paulo? I think I got it. Politically Heard, thank you for the subscription. Reggie, my man. Miss One Girl, I see you, all right. Okay, all right. Yes, you're right. The caboose. Midnight. Thank you, my good friend. Look at Rick. Hey, Amico, Hector, 274, my man. Don Moja.
This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool
Let's
when
go.
I'm moving like Zeus.
Venus, I see you. I've been trying to get to you, Venus. So many folks, but I'll get you next time. Cherry, nice to see you. This Morning Star right there, Obama with the tan suit.
I just want to find 11,780 votes. There's one more than we
Oh, I
have.
bet you he wish he didn't make that phone call, huh? He wishes he didn't make that call. Because it didn't change the result of the election, right? Reggie! Let's hit him with the remix!
He's deranged. Jackson. 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 He's deranged.
Somebody get this to Trump.
Jackson. Donald Trump is indicted and they take one
Wanda.
charge and they turn it into
36 charges, right?
And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a
Oh,
Trump
we talking about people's wives now. All right, well, listen, Donald Trump, I'm a Trump hater, and a lot of us are actually Trump haters, and we're proud of it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get up out of here, but you know what we got to do? we're going to end the show by reminding MAGA about the truth, right? So this is Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, before the election comes out. This is how Donald Trump talks.
We're going to win so much.
Yeah.
We're going to win at every level. We're going to win economically. We're going to win with the economy. We're going to win with military.
Oh.
We're going to win with healthcare and for our veterans. We're going to win with every single facet. We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore.
You know when you put that please on it.
It's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more.
You know when you put that please on it and the emphasis on it, oh, that just does something. That makes them, what did you say, DJ? Get them a little moist. All right, now that's going in. But when the results came out, we all remember how Donald Trump sounded. All right, MAGA, listen up. And listen, I want you to pay attention to the pitch, all right? The frequency that, the high note Trump is hitting, all right? Because this is what winning really sounds like.
We had such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight. And then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left. We won states and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win. So they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly, because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court. So Florida was a tremendous victory.
Right.
76,000 votes with almost nothing left. And all of a sudden everything just stopped. This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
Trump, you are too much. I can't believe you went there, all right, ladies and gentlemen. That's exactly what happened, all right? He knew he lost, and he just decided to make it up. You can't make this stuff up, all right? Now, before we get up out of here, I got to drop the bomb, and you know exactly what that is.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
You ain't black. You ain't nothing but a modern-day slave. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great